Did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. The staying up late, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. Talks my heart online. Too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Push me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just leave when you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. That's my heart online.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. Hope all of y'all are having a good one tonight. We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 DUELS this evening. Should be a lot of fun. Oh god, that's loud. That is loud. At least in my ears it is. Not for you guys, apparently. Good. Good. I actually did something right for the day. I'm barely able to have a group with Johnny, so I gotta get ready real quickly with a group of my own. Scrap together a second group real quick. Where's Plush been? Hopefully he's doing good, man. Maybe he's hanging out with the fam, hanging out with the lady and all that. That'd be good for him, man. You know what I mean? The guy is usually regularly every time here, popping in, making dual groups. Hopefully he's having a good break, man. Let's see if we get ourselves a group with not. Let's hopefully not have tanks tonight. Yeah, if we can't help it, right, boys? If we can help it this evening. What?
Hi, all.
Really? Chat, I wish somebody told me about this, man. Was it messed up yesterday? Was it messed up all of yesterday like that? Oh, dude, I am so bad at what I do. Yo, Bosnians with 20-year, my man. Thank you so much. Yo, can we get a hashtag Bosnians, boys? Holy buddy. Wait, is it like it was messed up everywhere? It is messed up everywhere. Okay, well, let me fix it. There we go. There it is. I think we're good. More or less. I really need to fix this though. It's a little fuzzy looking, but it'll be fine here because you can barely sort of see it. Can you see it? Oh, it is a little fuzzy looking. Let me see if I can fix that real quickly, actually. Thank you so much, Bossies. I appreciate you, my man. That is very, very generous of you. Very, extremely generous of you. Is it in the properties? Is it like a video configuration? Is it a white balance thing? Well, white balance actually helps it. A little, yeah. Not perfect. But yeah, making myself look a little more pink helps it. Okay, we'll work with that. Yeah, so I basically had to unplug my PC to add an extra SSD, and whenever time I completely unplug the PC from power, all of these little settings like for webcam and stuff reset completely. So like, you know what I mean? We need an A, bro. I'd love to do an A, but we just don't have the bodies for an A. Well, I'll tell you this though. Once season 3 launches, we will give an A another shot. We'll get My Man Chills, because Fast FX will have a major update for them to experience. We'll get WAP back in for the warrior changes. We'll get all the regular NA, EU homies, everybody in, right? Once we get the new season here. But NA, it's been really hard to put a group together for NA recently. So I'm not gonna pull teeth if that's what we have to do. I'm not here like gonna be sitting here pulling teeth, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna do some EU groups and stuff like that, man. Because if you want to join, mine was full. All right, well, we're making the second group right now if you guys want to join. Let me also post on stream how to join the group in the chat and just pin it real quickly. Just so we have it. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. Dude, I have... At least I didn't sound like a squeaky toy. Whenever I sneeze, it's always like it feels like a punch in the face. Just always intense. God, man, and they've only gotten more intense as I've gotten older. So I feel like I'm gonna be a walking shotgun by the time I'm like 80. I'm gonna have a sneeze that's just gonna sound like a C4 going off. I'm telling you right now. And it used to sound super, super squeaky every time I sneezed. I don't know why I would make like the highest pitched squeak sounds. It's a little bit less of that nowadays, but damn, dude, it's always like a punch to the face every time. Alrighty, well, we got a group up and running. Who do I invite for this group chat? Who do I invite? Candy and Enter, he's doing stuff. I can see a bike is down to join in. He didn't really answer me last time. Wait, what is happening? Wait, the Blizzard changed the, what is happening? Okay, what is happening with Bina chat? Did it change the way it looks? Normally, they did change the way it looks. Oh, that's not good. Who then? In the Bina chat. I can't tell. That's hard to tell. Anyway, group is up right now if you guys want to join. Group is up right now. We have one ready. I'm trying to get a second one going here real quick. Hey, Duels. Seeing if Kobri is down to join them. Yeah, well, they did a thing, unless I could maybe change something here. Chat, question. When I open up the, like BNet, and I open up the chat window where you can chat with people, on the left-hand side, it just has people's icons, but it doesn't have their names. Can I change that? Is it maybe on the basic BNet? I think those have changed something on their end. I just want to be able to see whose name is whose. Friends in chat. Automatically pop-up windows for new chats. No. Display images and videos posted in chat links. I don't know what I'm typing. Blah blah blah. Hide real ID. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, I think that's fine. What about like the actual chat stuff? I can't change the chat's layout anymore. Full screen, enlarge it. Oh. But I can't do that in the, okay, so if you do full screen, that works, you're right. But the problem is, I can't do that on this other... How large does it have to be? Oh, if I extend it far enough out, you actually will see the names. Weird. Okay, weird. Oh, I hate that. Okay, but I can't see it. Thank you. That actually does help. That actually does help. I normally just have it like in a really small window over to the left-hand side of my monitor, but now I have to like basically extend it into the other monitor to be able to see everything. Yeah, it just makes it easier for me to tell like who I'm talking to, but damn. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Who else there in white man? I tried Colby, he's not around. Hey, wanna join Duels? Wanna join Duels, friend? Leon also was up yesterday, and he was like, yo, I don't know if you want to join or not, but we, maybe we can get him. Is Jay in a group? Hey, Duels tonight? I'm gonna be asking people around, I think, from the get-go. Hey, wanna join 5V5 Duels, friend? See what Dragon says. Maybe you'll be down. Sure, bro, I'm pretty in 5 minutes. Okay, cool. So he'll be the first one to join in then, whenever we get a second. Is Saya in? Hey, Duels tonight? Seeing if he's down for it. I don't know if Oscar's joined these before. I don't know if I asked him ever. Pascal had been asking him for a couple of times, but he hasn't said much, unfortunately. Let's see. Razor Stars EU. Let's see if you want to join. Привет, мы проводим турнир Dalaran. Okay, so Kobe's doing a 1v1 tournament thing. Okay, Jay is down to join in. Beautiful. Is Rick got a group? Hey, got a group for 5v5s? Seeing if he's up and ready for it or if he's already in. He probably is in. Hey, Duels? I don't know if Preston Hill's in a group too. It might already be. I'm just asking around anyway. I don't know if Razor Stars EU, if he's ever joined these before. Solex, I don't remember if he's ever. Oh, hey, Duels. Caligorn is on as we started the stream. They ain't no way, dude. They ain't no way, dude. No way. Tournament Cobra. Okay. So Rest in Hell is in Cobra's tournament. I don't know if he's got enough bodies there or not, but apparently that's what he's doing. That's cool. So Sanfel, I asked him. Solex, I should probably ask him too. Hey, Solex, wanna join 5v5 Duels? Okay, I still need a couple, like what, 4 more bodies? What class are you in your team? I only got a mage for now. I only got a mage. But if you want to send anybody my way, it's basically free and open for public. Hey, Eraser, wanna join 5v5? So I'll see if he's down for it. Branson L said he'd be down to join, but later, after his 1v1 tournament in the thing, the 1v1 tournament, very soon. Okay. Oh, apparently both Rick and the Rest in Hell are in Cobra's 1v1 tournament. How's that going so far? What's up, Refuse? How you, my man? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Cobra did say that he's hosting a tournament. I didn't like look what date was it. 100% joined today. All good. Yeah. Yeah, if you got any friends that are non-takes in particular, I'll be down. Always will be down for it. Yeah. Alrighty, so we still try to scrape together a group if at all possible. Ash did tell me the other day, like, yo, I'm back now, but I'm pretty sure he's still gearing. I don't know if he'd be down to join in. Hey, friend, wanna join 5v5s? Sorry, also messaged me back. I can until my GF comes. Okay. Jaina wants in. Yo, get in here. Alright, so 3 more. Finish of a raid. Alright. Azrael, hey, Dillis tonight? Wait, Ash is down to join too. Ash is logging on to Boomkin. Okay, hold on a second. Ash is joining Boomkin. Saya can go for a couple of games until his girlfriend arrives. Okay, so we might be able to get a group real quick. Is about to join Barrelin. Okay, but a DM. Yo, hold on. Sure. Wait, Azrael is down to join in. So we got Ash and Azrael. So that'll be a 5-man actually. That'd be perfect. Invite. Beautiful. Yeah, we get Ash in here. I'm gonna confirm this to a raid, so it makes it easier to get people in. I'm pretty sure I already sent Ash an invite. Extension is in. We'll try inviting Ash again. Yep, Ash Ravencrest joins in. We're in. There it is. All right. So you are ready, right? Johnny, right? I'm gonna make Jay lead. Okay, we are ready. Jay Hawk will be lead, and we can queue. Beautiful. All right, Jay, I'm gonna need to copy your character name just because I know I'm gonna forget, because your name is real long. Road to raid lead, a bounce. We do inline marinade or mag. Johnny Boy 5 and the Grand 1. Wait, is Johnny Boy with 2 I's or 2 Y's? Actually. Oh, it's gonna haunt me here if I can get it wrong. I'm gonna just double check. Eyes. Okay, beautiful. We are going to the Grand. Alright, what's up, JH? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good, my guy. Yeah, starting against a gear. Oh, my red palette on Kata is so weird. I imagine. Although I don't think Paladin from Kata. What do you mean, like? You mean like mob pre-patch more than Kata? Because it is technically mob pre-patch, right? It is closer to mob than Cataclysm, right? Technically. Look gorgeous today. What's up, Pog? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good, my guy. You look gorgeous, dude, my man. Thank you, Pop. I did. Hope you're having a good one. What's up, Lightmore? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a wonderful one, my guy. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, switch. We got ourselves lots of wizards over for the team one. Literally, the Harry Potter squad is out in full front. That's a lot of mages. You know, I didn't mean to put that many mages in one team, but I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be okay. I don't think mages are that egregious, right? That egregious, right? I do like your mog, though. That looks fantastic. I love how they allowed these class shoulders, which are normally warlock shoulders, to be usable by literally everybody. I don't know why they added those restrictions and then removed them altogether. Jaina over on that team, we got ourselves J extension with Ash as Moonkin ready to go, a barrel. Oh, and you know what? It's a full team of range classes. Whole team of range casters, man, with Natty Liad. We got Natty gonna be first up as a Og Evoker. I am excited, dude. We've been seeing Evokers here and there little by little, and I've been kind of loving it. It's not like they have been doing like amazing or anything, but at least they've been given a solid good old shot in there, because they're good in group content, but in 1v1s they just haven't been that amazing. Gonna be some knockups out of Natty immediately. Jaina taking some damage with a deep breath right after. Polly to follow trinkets out of it. Got him some movement. It is going to try to see if he can just burn through a bunch of damage. Going for a juke kick. Jaina might be in a bit of trouble here, actually. That's going to be a block. Natty, as a buff evoker, slamming those eruptions back to back. Got himself a bit of heal. That time skip is going to be massive, because you're just getting a lot of those major cooldowns back together. Ultra up for Jaina. Up heal by Natty with a fire breath right after, with a root to follow. I don't know if he got a stun out of the root, or at least tried to go for a stun. That is going to be stun out of Jaina. Natty baking out of the breath really quickly. Still casting more eruptions. Shields are up with Jaina, still keeping himself plenty alive. Well, Natty got himself a little bit of healing behind the pillar. Jaina is still taking huge punches of eruptions back to back by Natty. So the Evoker does have quite a bit of burst. Got himself the Shroud, which is changing actually quite a decent bit, by the way. It's going to be more of like a passive thing where every time you, I think it's every time you use a heal, you're, I think it is rescue. I think it is rescue, right? Or verdant embrace. I think it used to be called rescue, but it's verdant embrace. I'm pretty sure it's the one where you like fly heal to somebody. Oh, I was just gonna say there's a stun out of the mage, but the knockup Z axis into an eruption upheaval. Holy, that is some combo. My goodness, knocking the Evoker out in the open. Aim shot is going to connect. Natty's going to get hit with a stun, which is unfortunate. Barrel trying to get an angle. Big rapid fire. Natty needs some healing. Does go for the wall here. With a stun right after. Barrel trying to see if he closes the gap. With a black arrow firing. But Natty's going to back up out of there. Has himself big defenses. With a breath to follow. That's going to go for a bunch of eruptions. With a huge eruption. Huge upheaval. Holy, the damage. Actually, Natty's so low too. That is some huge damage out of the Evoker. But not quite enough to take down Barrel. Trying to go for a bit of DPS race with him, but Barrel does take him out. I was surprised by that. Metallica so man rip. Oh no, Pog. That's all good. We'll have another chance here. Our Paladin going to be up next though, versus Barrel, and is giving Barrel an opportunity to at least recover some health and get a bit of this honor duel. If Barrel gets himself a camo, that's going to give him a little bit of that faster. You got mages. Hold on. Barrel, you have mages on your team. You can just go behind the pillar and get some food. Trinket out of our Palo on the freezing trap, though. I don't know if that was the move or if that was maybe panic, Either way, there is going to be a stun with a slow. Barrel got himself plenty of range. Bomb can be removed. Our palace still has the bubble in case they need to. Freezing trap waiting for him. No more trinket to work with. Does get himself an angle here. Could go for a big rapid fire. Try to use the rapid fire just to outrun the paladin with a scatter. Barrel's health is getting really, really low. Got himself a bit of that pet sack. As our pallet tried to set up a Wake of Ashes, is going to go for a bit of that Dawnbringer or Dawnlight for a self-heal. Did you try to go for a stun while he was a turtle? Is that what that was? Is that what that was? Because I saw you raise your weapon. I heard an animation, or I heard a sound of an animation. I don't know exactly what it was though. Rescue is the grab. Okay, rescue is the grab. You're right. Verdant Embrace is the fly heal. So it's fly heal. Pretty sure they changed it in Invokers where instead of like having to cast a shroud for CC immunity every 1.5 minutes, it's just going to be tied to your Verdant Embrace. Like every time you Verdant Embrace, you gotta charge a shroud in the PvP talent. I'm pretty sure. I need to double check what the PvP talents are on the PTR. I've been kind of giving Blizzard a chance to like add more on there and then maybe do like a whole video going over what are the new stuff for PvP. There's actually surprisingly a big amount of tank PvP talents coming out in 11.2. Like, I think they're trying to give tanks a bit more playability. Our pal, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or not, but they're literally ducking away from Barrel's go last second a couple of times in a row. Then it's going to be full rapid fire, trying to see if he can turn around. Big scatter to follow him. Got him some bit of the range. Trying to see if he can max range it with a stun. There's an opportunity for you to have a big go. Got himself that max range. Aim shots are doing a lot of damage. Our pal with a lay on hands. Binding shot around the corner. As long as you get some big damage, this is a huge opportunity for you to go for a big setup. Aim shots are massive here, taking lots of damage as well. Next up can be really deadly. Our pal with a bubble. Barrel just needs to get out of dodge. Trying to see if he can juke himself out of there. Our pal going in for a bit of flash of light. I don't know if he got volley back or anything. Volley would be amazing here. Get himself a rapid fire around the corner. That does a decent bit of overall damage. And Barrel's in a great position. Waiting for our pallet. If he gets too close, freezing trap. If you can position yourself correctly, trinkets to follow. Does he have any outside of this? Volley down. Does have himself a double tap. If you have an aim shot double tap, that'd be huge. Pallet needs something here. Pallet needs something here. No more bubble, no more nothing. It's actually in the black arrow range. I think it's executable, actually. That is executable. That is a lot of damage. Stun is done. It's just done. Paladin wasn't able to get close enough to Barrel to lock him down. And that's what you really need, is to make sure you have that mobility to be able to close that gap. Freezing trap waiting around the side. Freezing trap stopping Elo. Does not trade a trinket for it for Barrel. That is a very, very short stun with a rapid fire to follow. Blur out for Elo immediately. Try to see if you can catch up to Barrel. Hunt is going to let you connect, but do follow up anything afterwards. Sigil of Fear does not connect. Barrel, I think, went for a knockback. That is going to be a binding shot with a turtle. Does drop it for another aim shot. Does Elo commit or does Elo back up out of there? At this point, you just have to make a choice. It looks like it's going to be commit. First aid, you got to CC it. If you have a scatter, this would be great. Has a trap ready for him. I don't know what Barrel trinketed, but I think he just put your lights. I think that lance is over. One more lance? Yeah, one more lance. That's all you needed. That is unfortunate. I think maybe there was a bit of panic setting in at the end, wasn't it? It's going to be either what? Extension, Jayhawk, Ash? Looks like a Jayhawk. Are you fire? No, you're frost. Okay, he's just scooting out there. He's just scooting out there for a second. Just scooting out there. Elo, I don't think this matchup is going to be yours. Technically, Demon Hunters can beat a mage. It's just really, really tough, especially with frost, because you can go for like a breath setup, stun. If you don't have a trinket for it, you kind of limited. This mount. I've been trying for this mount for a bit now. I need it. I need it. I want it. Not even I need it. I just want it. I just want it just to have it at this point, honestly. For Jay, I think this is a good matchup. Potentially, I think he's just going to see if he can get a trinket out of Elo. Elo trinket's really, really early. Stun comes out for Jay. Still, the trinket does allow you to at least deny that one stun. Trying to make some damage happen toward Jay. He does have Ultram. He's going to be able to rare frost from a distance. The hunt does connect for Elo. This way, you need to maximize whatever damage you got right now. Imprison for a second. I think you just got to stay aggressive. I think you have to stay aggressive. Whatever damage you got, this is the opportunity right now to make something happen. Jay with a bit of invis. Darkness down for Elo. That's going to be Jay backing up out of there. Polymer to follow. You can at least dodge away from the poly. That is going to be a frost bomb. Not going to feel good at all. With the shatters, yeah. There's just not much you can do there. I think at that point, yeah, with the mages and demon hunters, however, the problem is you can just get poly to be put in a really, really bad spot. And that's it. There's just not much for you that you can do to really recover from there. Unfortunately. Is it Foxy next? Wait, do you have the is that the mop classic shoulders and stuff? That is that. Yeah, that is that set. Wait, is that the full set for it? Wait, I think it is. You're like literally covered in Shaw. I never knew there was a full set. I knew there was mounts, but I didn't realize it was like a whole set with it. Jay tried to see if he'd go for Ring of Frost. Gonna be Leo just getting past it with an AMS. Try to see if he can chop down Jay while the silence is active. Has to burn a trinket just to make sure he can alter. Otherwise, you just have to block. This way, I guess the question is, do you still block? You still block either way. I feel like at that point, I would have just blocked and then alter happened. Give you a little bit extra health. Maybe that would have been better to save a trinket for later. But maybe he doesn't even really need a trinket against him. Taking the block and sealing it? That is diabolical. Yeah, the Dark Sim is such a fun ability in PvP, man. Some of the stuff you can steal from another class is just so wacky. This is going to be Jay trying to see if he can back up out of here. Poly to follow, but he's left with no health whatsoever. He could potentially go for a Stunlock combo onto Leo, but Leo could just IBF out of it. So for Jay, backing up out of there and go for some ranged burst, actually I think is the right play. He does have a second block. He'll need to wait for a bit. Invis is available, so you at least wait out Leo for a second. Leo still has access to a trinket, so he can break out of stuns anytime he wants to. IBF still available. I think Legendborn is also still available. Try to see if you can sit down for some food. AMS should be up for Leo, and he's got silence, and he's got everything he needs. For Jay, I mean, he could always go for attempt for a stun, but it just doesn't really do anything, really. Yeah, can't even knock it back. That is super unfortunate. Does end up reversing him back to the other side of the pillar. Was that ultra, or was that just a major blink reversal? I'm not even sure. Silence is done. Wait, block is available. Block is available. So maybe off of this block you can do summon, but he's still got IBF, so you can't stun him. He's still got Death Pact. He's got... Would you try to grip him when you blinked it? Poly is going to be full at the very least. He's got shifting power, so you can get some cooldowns back. So maybe you have a fighting chance while Morgaine or Trollbane is just beating your ass the entire time. Stun, blink is available. Riders are all in. I think it just might be light for Jay as he does get yoinked in. Ultra just to get himself a bit of a position. Blink it away just to try to stay away from the guy. But a single Frost check is going to be the end of ya. Ring of Frost? He's buying himself as much time as possible, but that's about all he can really do. There's just no win condition there. You're just trying to wait out the DK, maybe roll the game into a little bit higher dampening. I didn't even realize the game is on a 10-minute mark, by the way. And Ash is going to be back into the duels, man. What is that 4x staff you got going on? I want to say, if I had to guess what expansion that's from, that's probably TBC. That's probably TBC. It looks very TBC-esque. I don't know. Can't even see what the model is. It's just all covered in shadow. I like that version of the what is it, the enchant. I think it looks good. How it just covers the weapon completely. Ash does get himself a stun around the corner as the Boomkid full dodge silence on Leo. And Leo, he can technically break out of stuns, but the full burst out of Boomkid, he can't really walk out of it as easily, I don't think. Like, he can get over a bash, but the burst, I guess he could only AMS it, or AMZ it, I guess? Is AMZ back? It looks like he owed the IBF. Silence on Ash. Ash technically has access to a travel form, so you can just run away from the DK. And you have Bear form, so you can go for Feral Frenzy, which isn't a spell. Cycling off of this, cannot really get out of it. For Ash, it's an opportunity to get the hell out of dodge. Get himself another incarnation in case you need to. So if you want to go for another big incarn, disarm to Leo. That's actually pretty huge. Blind to trade. Try to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Stun onto Ash. Ash with a trinket. Got himself a bit of that burst damage. Wait, Leo could be in a lot of trouble, actually. Sorcerer is back to back. Wait a second. Bam, some death back for a second. Yo, Ash does get the kill. I was thinking this was going to be the Death Knight's game, but Ash does bring it back last second. Where are Bear form? Heart of the Wild, maybe heal? Heart of the Wild heal, Heart of the Wild heal, Heart of the Wild heal. 66% dampening is going to make this impossible. Fox and catching him with a quick cheesy touch of death. Nothing you could do there. That was so good. I honestly thought Leo was going to walk in and sweep all these casters, but that Pumpkin came in and dumpstered him. I can't believe it. Normally, I'm not used to Boomkin just walking in and just like, you know what? Let me just unload the full burst into this guy. Just watch him melt. I guess the damp, no, damp too high. That is true. Damp is very, very high. Don't get me wrong. Damp is very high. Look, I've seen matchups like this before. More than once. And when I see Boomkin walking into Death Knight, I'm like, Boomkin is probably not winning this. So the fact that he won, I'm surprised by him. Anka with a double Boomkin with auto duel. True, he did keep an auto duel, didn't he? That is very true. Blast out onto Foxy. Got himself a bit of that burst damage. Phoenix Flames flying out of extinction. Combustion is available for the time being. There's going to be burst out of Foxy. Extinction is trying to see if he can cut it out. As Foxy just rotating from one defensive into the next, maybe looking at a Karma. Potentially needs to close the gap or get the hell out of dodge with a Karma. Never use a Condi. So he missed out a huge portion of his burst overall. Should have just Condi'd that. He has to Karma. Karma immediately. Extinction can block it. Block. Oh, just a fire blast and we're done. That is rough. Barrel picking up too, by the way. Well done, well done. That was some great matches, man. That Boomkin play was real good. That was great. I loved it. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Crossfire is going to be so crazy with Duels next season. You think so? With that tier set? I think so, yeah. Bunch of Pyro Blasts with Glacials is going to be wild. Alright, Johnny, let me know when you're good. I think, Johnny, oh my, Johnny's good. Jay, let me know. Maybe I need to whisper Jay directly, actually. Okay, hold on a second, boys. 280, wait. 820, okay. 820, what are we at? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30? Jesus. 830 audios. Jay good? Let me go find Jay here real quick. Team good? Team good? Real quick, real quick. Okay, we're good. We're gonna send you guys into a hook point. If you manage to lock someone down even with a poly, it lights that common storm plus imp and you ignite. True, that is very, very true. Yeah, breath, poly, and then drop down a full meteor on them and then just chuck Pyroblast back to back. That'll probably do a lot of damage by itself. You're right. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. Because it looks like for mages, they're really trying to make those basic abilities like Fire Blast, Pyro Blast, even Fireball better for PvP. But yeah, I do agree with you. That getting that meteor to land accurately on somebody is probably going to be like a big, a huge combo since it does so much more damage. I think it is going to probably make mages even more meteor heavy. You're probably alright then. You're probably alright. I really do wish Sun King's blessing was better for PvP. It was for a little bit. But the monk mog? Okay, well. Let me take a look at that thing real quick, yeah? Let me take a look at that thing real quick. Alright, switch it. Let me look at that thing, Foxy. Let me look at that thing. Yeah, it is a Shaw monk set, isn't it? Like a full on. And look, it's even dripping from the hat. You can even see that it's dripping. I like how it is like on the neck too. I kind of like it. It's like the full, what is it, the MOP set. Oh, the Chen hat, like little, like pizza slice thing, slit thing. That's pretty cool looking too. Is it Jada versus the Evoker again? Dude, a bit of a rematch between these two. Wait, Jada might just die. Got himself a block, but it's a stun. Both of them are frozen. Both of them are ice blocks. I was looking at Mark for just 2 seconds, but Jada apparently is just going to shellac by Natty. Natty is trying to see if he can get us some damage. That is going to be invis on a Jaina. He has no idea where he's at. He's just kind of guessed it, having to go for Living Flame. Jada is just sitting in invis. They don't want to come out there. They don't need to come out there at all. While Natty is just waiting for those little orbs of golden modes to come back. Jada is sitting down for food. Hold on, Natty, if you're not careful. Natty didn't look behind them. Oh no, Natty's being a little bit too... Natty, you should have looked behind yourself. You should have looked behind yourself. Because the mage just recovered all that health. No. Does he have health bars on? I am surprised by how many players PvP in PvE and they don't even have the health bars above enemies' heads. You will be surprised how common that is. Like even people that do like high end, like will just not even have a bar. It's like, well, I just don't do it for one reason or another. I have no idea. Maybe Natty is one of them. I am not sure. Is gonna go for a blink, trying to get some damage going. Natty's trying to see if he can back up out of the Jaina. I think just trying to see if he can lock him down. Got himself a bunch of proxies of Frostfire Mage. Upheaval, but a Fire Breath with the stuff to follow. Natty does not have a way to get out of it. Wait, he can. He just walk out of it. Time skip does get him tripped, unfortunately, but he still should have access to plenty of buffs, plenty of cooldowns. Trying to get himself a big setup here. Back-to-back eruptions are getting spammed up over and over and over. Natty got himself a nullifying shroud with a bit of that living flame to follow, spamming up a bunch of heals over and over and over. Jaina got himself a bit of that zonal actual with a frozen bomb and a blizzard, but it's not really He's really just kind of trying to see if he can kite Natty into it instead. Knock up with a breath right after. Does a bunch of damage with eruptions. This eruptions are going to do huge damage. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Natty might be actually, or Jada might be in trouble. Breath on the Natty with a stun. Backs out for a lot of the last second. Meteor crashes down, but it's just not enough. It doesn't connect quick enough. I have no idea how that stun does not follow up that quick. It looks like it almost has a bit of a delay. Ice block, lasso for Jada, as Natty is getting through his defenses little by little. Looking very, very healthy as an evoker. Using that mobility and then spamming eruptions over and over, just keeping Jada on their toes the entire time. For Natty though, I think they definitely should add the clawing. The claw. Oh wait, stun, lockdown, trinket on for Jada. Polymorph to follow. Natty does end up going for a trinket. No stun, however. It is going to be at least a setup with the Meteor, but it looks like he's just able to avoid all of those things as long as he's got... Does he have that one talent where whenever you have hover on, you reduce the damage of like AoE abilities? Because it feels like he never gets hit by AoE abilities. That or he just literally flies away from them the entire time. Like literally the last second gets out of it scot-free. Fire breath, but it met with a dragon's breath. Stun does actually hit him. That is unfortunate. He does at least give himself a bit of that shielding. Procs and back-to-back for Jada. Got himself lots of big shatters. It's going to be a little bit of this Renew and Blaze. Natty needs whatever healing they can get. Living Flame, get interrupted. Just needs to live. Just needs to exist. And let Renew and Blaze heal you. Because Renew and Blaze already got a healing over time going. It already captured how much damage it took. And it's recovering that health. Though over like 8 seconds. So you need at least like 8 seconds to get a full recovery. After it is done, stun with a knockup on a Jada. Try to see if you go for those big eruptions. Jada cannot escape it. That is a bunch of damage. As long as you can stay next to him, you'll be all right. And Jada cannot see Natty actually. No breaths, no stuns, no nothing, no polys. The only thing you can maybe do is interrupt some of his spell casts. But he's trying to see if he can get himself over there. Does wall us off, so I don't think he can even get interrupted. No, he cannot. He can't get interrupted. He can get frozen apparently though. Looks like Shroud does not protect her from literally being rooted. Unfortunately. Weird. I thought it actually protected literally everything. Does some stuff to the spear. Maybe big breath. That is going to be breath. Natty needs something. If Jada does enough damage, Natty could be actually in a lot of trouble. That's what we're doing. Blaze will need to go for a lot of healing. Got himself a bit of that shielding. Whatever you can do to protect yourself. Big eruptions. Oh, with a deep breath. Lockdown combo. Holy. That evoker burst is kind of nuts actually, boys. And he has himself time skip too. He can use time skip versus extension. Definitely should be using time skip here to get defenses back. He's taking a lot of damage though. Time skip. That is going to interrupt it. That is unfortunate, but at least he got himself some shields and avoided the meteor from extension. So it's actually kind of okay. For Natty though, this isn't a great place to be. Nullified Trot. Extension can burn through his mana to remove it piece by piece by going for spell shield. He might just have to. As Natty just tried to go for a bit of that recovery. Eben might to get himself some goes. Some damage potentially. Knock up. Maybe a stun. Does go for a stun into extension. Has a blink. Try to go for a kick. It does not connect. There's going to be some eruptions for Natty. Takes a lot of damage from extension though. Random bit of combustion. Natty is in a bit of trouble. Try to still cast eruptions. That does a lot of damage. Wait a second. Extension does caught. Wait a second. Natty's burst. Holy. Is that Natty or are you juicing? Holy. Wait a second. He just has burst out of left field. He's got another eruption. He can get himself another big go here. Meteor. You gotta get out of it. That's a cheat death. Nah. Extension just walks in. Quick breath. Meteor. A couple of fire blasts and does take it. That is rough, man. That is rough. The evoker burst is crazy though. Survivability is still a little sketch. Just because that's how evokers have been from the get-go. Foxy went in, took a lot of damage, blasted out the mage, and almost got taken down by Barrel there. Took a lot of damage with essentially just playing like, just running and just blasting him out with a bunch of damage, dude. Fire Blast and Phoenixes do a lot. Are you gonna die here? Aim shot? Wait a second. Foxy may just be able to take out Barrel. He just gets him close enough. Touch of death, very, very close to touch of death. A touch of death? But he's internal? Hold on, do you just stay next to him? Do you walk away? He just walks away. Barrel, as long as he doesn't catch himself a camo. He does catch a camo. Foxy, if you can find him, that's an easy touch of death. That's an easiest touch of death, but at this point, like, do you run? Do you risk it? You are a monk. You're kind of squishy. He does 100 mark you. Do you run or do you just wait? Traps are down. Do you randomly find him? Aim shots? Eyes? Does pick up the eyes, but this is where Barrel's at. He was able to recover a decent bit of health. He got himself a big burst. You got to have someone for it. In cap. Good trade. But you got to stun him or something. Anything. I think it's over. Yeah, it is over. Barrel does let him take it about. That is rough with immediate freezer trap onto Leo. Damn. Wait, can Leo Dark Saint anything? Dark Simulacrum anything from Barrel, by the way? Wait, breath? You back to breath? Yo, hold on a second. You breathing. If you breathes. If you breathe. I haven't seen you use breath in a second. That is really good if you're playing the Deathbringer. You are a Deathbringer. Okay. Does catch up himself one quick death strike. It is going to be an honorable duel between these two. Another rematch, chat. We had a rematch between Jaina and the Dragon. And Dragon still wins. Another rematch between Ash and Leo. And you try to go for AoE here immediately. Ash is going to back up out of that. Trying to make sure you get himself a clean stun opener. Can you do it? He almost found him. Almost caught him. Silence immediately. Got himself all the trees. That's going to be Leo actually trinketing out of that stun instantly. Trying to see if he can slow down Ash. Ash is trying to see if he can catch up to him very quickly. Bunch of Star Surges flying in. He just sees like a Wrath or two, and that'll do a bunch of damage as well. Backing up out as soon as he sees Leo charging at him. He does have a Deathbringer. What is it called? Deathbringer. Deathmark? Yeah? Mark? Deathmark. Right? Reaper's Mark. Reaper's Mark. I'm so used to the Rogue Deathmark. I just missed Deathmark. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Ash trinkets out of it. Hold on. Leo could be in a bit of trouble, actually. Gripping Ash in. Does go for a dome. Has a silence, but I don't really know if he'll be able to stop any of the Ash's damage. Does go for a death pact, but like, you're still melting behind the pillar. You still got quite a bit of Moonfire damage rolling down on you. Ash still has plenty of defenses to work with. As long as he doesn't get locked out on like big bursts with a silence, he shouldn't be in a bad spot. He just sees himself a stun onto Leo. Does get hit with a stun, or silence rather. Reaper Scythe striking through. Roar for a second, try to go for a clone. Jukes it completely. Is gonna go for Dark Sim. I don't know if he was able to Dark Sim a Cyclone. He might have been able to Dark Sim a clone here. Does steal a clone, but he still got himself a Fury Balloon on him. That is not feeling good at all. AMS, but does get hit with this one right before he presses AMS. Ash cannot knock Leo back. He's trying to catch up whatever health he can. IBF is in play immediately. Ash is looking for a bit of the recovery while harder than while is active. 49% dampening. The dampening does make it a lot harder for both of you to survive. Leo sacrificing the ghoul, I'm pretty sure, just now. Liner to Ash is just trying to get some spreads going. Big breath damage. Roar to follow. Ash able to back away. Does take him with a couple of those Star Surges. Can Ash go 2 for 2 here? Is given an opportunity to go for a bit of this honorable match, actually. Look at this. Look at this. He's trusting Elo. Look at that. I think this matchup, I think actually Demon Hunter normally wins this, right? Demon Hunter versus a Boomkin. Boomkins are just not amazing for duels, which is maybe why I'm like discounting them. He did beat Leo. That was really well done. But like maybe he can still make something happen. I think the H's in most cases just walk over Druids, walk over Boomkins. He does go for a disarm, bear form for a second. Elo with meta, or at least IB meta. For Ash, he's definitely going to get a proper setup onto Elo, but Elo could just trinket it. So whatever recovery you can get behind the pillar, that is going to be helpful. Does go for the stun. That is some Shadow Meld pounds kind of thing. With Hunt, trying to see if he can avoid it. Trying to see if he can get away from it. Star Surge is helping. Trying to go for a Hunt, does not connect. Wait, Elo's actually melting. Elo just taking dot damage and getting beat up by trees. And apparently that is enough. What is that stun? I feel like you were not in line inside of that at all. I feel like that shouldn't have connected. That's our first aid. Technically, I think you can interrupt it, right? With Solar, is going to get himself a stun. Restun onto Elo, does go for a trinket. Disarm right after. That is a full metamorphosis flying up in the air. Ash can get away from this. Those lances don't feel good. Does drop a mushroom way up in the sky though, some way, somehow. Elo is still melting though. Darkness, I don't know if that'll help you that much. Sigil of Fear, ooh, that mushroom pop. I think it was a proc mushroom. Taking him out with our pal are going to be up next. Hold on a second. Is this Boomkin going to be bringing back for a team? Can this Boomkin some way, somehow fight through our pal too? Our pal is ready to charge in, man. He's ready to charge in. Looks like they're going to go for a bit of the honorable match. Bit of the honor duel, I think, yeah? Bow? Is he gonna bow? Ah! Ah! Discovery! Discovery! He gave you the proper honorable match, and our pal was just like, I'm just gonna, yeah, hit you with a stun, hit you with a hodge. Ash is not putting a back foot or back paw. Is gonna go for a stun. If you can catch yourself a reset, you might be okay. You do have mages on your team, so that is a lot of opportunity for you to go for. Healing with mage food, technically. Also, our pally is gonna have to pick up eyes if he wants to find you, so it's gonna be up to him to get aggressive or not. Did it see ya? It does see ya. Okay, so for Ash, it's just about to catch it a reset. Maybe get a stun to Arpala. Got him some full burst potentially. That is everything. Blessing protection. Oh wait, Arpala. He doesn't have blessing. Oh, he doesn't have blessing of saying. You just pressed the wrong one. You need a bubble. You need to bubble. Does he not have the bubble? Wait, he can bubble even the forbearance is up or what? Ash does pick up 3 though. You know what? After that pally did take the honor duel and just hodged him for it. Didn't give him that proper honorable match or anything like that. I mean, some would say maybe deserved, but who knows, right? I mean, you look for more. Okay, I'll help you guys get some more bodies. Never mind. Never mind. You guys are good. You don't need me. Let's get another one going, yeah? Uno más, boys. All right, Johnny, are you good? Because I know the other team got 5. You are good. Okay, we'll send him then. We'll send him into a Tol Viron. I feel like for these casters, we need to get a big open map. Big open map. Dude, Ash doing really good, by the way. Leo is not an easy duel at all. It's a Death Knight, and usually they're pretty good against casters, but like the fact that she was standing toe-to-toe with him is kind of wild. Hopefully we do have everybody here on team 1. Because I saw that we had an extra 5th, but I don't know if they left or what. Hopefully they will load in. Because otherwise we don't have Jaina. Unless Jaina did switch out to the other guy. That's what the other guy was. Who knows? Keep meaning to disable the keybinds, turn it off. Can't play without nameplates. It feels so weird. Yeah. Yeah, I do need to also disable those. I also need to disable the keybind to turn on friendly nameplates. I almost never use friendly nameplates. Like, I don't need to enable them in the moment, in mid-game or anything like that. I only need it from, like, settings. Oh, do you guys see that they're adding, like, more Warlord's General time-walking weapons? Apparently they got a bunch of, like, these time-walking weapons from, like, all these different characters, like Nazul's staff and some Orc's axe. But yeah, it's kind of cool. What's up, man? Just head to my guy. Quick Twitch. It looks like we're missing somebody on team 1. Maybe they're still loading in, but it looks like Elo is going to be ready over for the team 2. Back here, we got us as Foxy. We got us as Leo. Natty, gorgeous mount, by the way, as well as our Pala. Wait, was that the new one, or was that that's the new Nether Drake? Okay, that's the Dragonflight Nether Drake. I thought it was the TBC Nether Drakes, which I recently did unlock, Jake. I actually did end up doing all the quests. Tactic farm up like 8 eggs, but I did get them very, very quickly in like an hour or so. I think I got very, very lucky. Maybe 2 hours. Let's say closer to 2 hours, actually. They're between hour 1 and hour 2, but I was able to get about 8 eggs or so. Did all the side quests, got myself exalted, bought all the mounts. They actually weren't that expensive. I think it was like a couple of hundred per or something like that. It really wasn't like anything. I mean, like 1 to 3 mounts from Mermal Drake? Probably, yeah. I don't know the Bronze Drake. I'm pretty sure I could do that one in a dungeon. Gonna be Elo. Try to see if you can lock that extension. Looks like maybe we are missing somebody over for the team 1. Unless they're still trying to load in. But Extension is able to send fire back at Elo. And Elo might be in a bit of trouble here. Not a lot of health available. Unless you pick up some healing, Extension just continues to fire blast away. Does Leo give him a chance here? Does Leo give him an honor duel? I think he is trying to give him an honor duel. Yeah, he is. Look at this guy. Bronze Drake takes 4 minutes to get his speed runs south home. Yeah. It takes issues heroic. Yeah, that one I know it's easy. I've helped like friends get it. Yeah, but I never got into myself. I don't know how many more other drakes I need for the Emerald Drake. But yeah, I got another Drake. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm close. I'd be surprised if I didn't have like too many of them left. Extension just trying to see if he can back away from Leo. It's gonna get pulled in. It's gonna go for a full stun. Extension may be looking for possibly a block here. Dozens of Giga shields. And it's gonna get a lot of reflect damage back at Leo, but may potentially be looking for a block. That or he's just rocking a caught. Caught has been used, and that's gonna be caught together with a block. I think maybe he was trying to see if he can play with fire here, play with the Hellbird, get super, super low. But then maybe you've gotten way too low to proc caught and a block at the same time. Leo does end up extinguishing the life of that ghoul in order to take it for himself. And I should try to see if you can get whatever damage you can towards Leo, if at all possible. ONYXIA, Deathwing probably the hardest one. So there's one I have from Deathwing that I'm yet to get. One mount from Deathwing. I think it's the Blazing Drake. So maybe that and Bronze Drake, and then I'm good, right? But that's the other one. I have the ONYXIA. I've had that one for like a while though. Just like I started playing the game, I think. I got that one really early. That's all I remember. Silence also extension. Hold on, Leo. Try to see if you can spell steal summon from extension. I think he's gonna be able to spell steal a shield. He does spell steal a shield. He steals a shield, but it is, I think, a bit of a weaker version of the shield. Extension does have another big fire shield, blazing barrier. Using those barriers to reflect the damage back at Leo, which is helping him a lot. The more you can use that while aggression is there versus Leo, the better. Leo does end up trying to spell steal summon from extension. I don't know if he could take combustion, but he definitely could go for a combustion and have himself a big go. Freeze, the Ring of Frost does not do anything there. Can potentially, yeah, Bob combustion, but a stun out of Leo, and when you don't have a block anymore, there's just no way for you to break out of it, unfortunately. Barrel dropping down a big volley, but Leo got himself huge burst to follow, got himself a dome just with that, maybe somewhat helpful. Death back right after him. The barrel is super low, but so is Leo. Leo cannot go for any healing. He just living on a death pack, gives him just a bulk of health, but he just can't continue to play defensively. Just have it to stay super aggressive. AMS for the black arrows. Maybe that helps a bit. Grip. Oh! Grip helped him out a bunch there. Hold on a second. But now he's up with no health. Tried to go for first aid, but looks like someone kept him dotted. That is unfortunate. What is a black cat doing? What is it, pet? Is it going to be Jay or is it going to be Ash next? Oh, Leo, you have a goal. You can sacrifice that thing, by the way. I don't know if that'll help any. There you go. If they're trying to give him honor duel, what you guys could do is we could have Foxy and our pallet heal Leo to full. Unless you have food. Do you have food? No, you just normally... Wait, what is this recovery? Is that just a normal recovery? Yeah, like if they're gonna do an honor duel, you could just have him heal. It wouldn't be cheating. Yeah, Natty, if you want to heal him, that's fine too. Yeah, if you want to do that. Does recuperate not work in PvP? I don't think so. No, I feel like I would have been seeing people using recuperate this entire time if it did. But I don't think it does work in PvP at all. It's gonna be Ash. Okay, Ash. Team 1. You guys are gonna have a hell of a time fighting the rest of them. Jay and Ash. Looks like we don't have a 5th over for the Team 1, but that means Jay and Ash. We'll just have to find a way to fight on. You know what I mean? You got Plague Proto? Nah, I don't have Plague Proto. That thing is gorgeous, dude. That thing is beautiful. That thing is only in Black Market Auction House, I'm pretty sure, though, right? There ain't no way I'm getting that thing. Ain't no way, dude. I haven't done Black Market Auction House, so that's way too much gold. Try to camp it out and trying to see if I can yoink it. That is way too hard. I can't do that. I do have a Plague Proto. Yeah, I wish I gotten the one when there was like people could actually get it from like an achievement, I think it was, right? Like an AOTC of some sort. Or AOTC like achievement. Wasn't it for Kel'Thuzad, like the original? Or the initial re-release of Wrath or something? The Black Proto Drake? Yeah, that was also a good one too. Yeah, one of the OG Oh, is it OG? Like a classic OG, or are you talking about like Nax Wrath OG? Like, I would have loved to get an opportunity to get another mount myself too. It looks great. Ash trying to see if he can get some damage going into Leo. Leo's immediately going in for as much defensive value as possible. Silence onto Ash. We're just going to see if he can sprint out of there. Being a cat, the fact that you can just silence, sprint out of it is pretty great. Got it from BMA box for 684. For lucky spool, so it will go to the no cap out. Yeah, you need gold cap. I feel like if you want to be able to play Black Market Auction House, man, you need that gold cap 2 times over, honestly. Nax Wrath original reward from it. That's crazy. Yeah, I would like to at some point play the Black Market Auction House sometime. Get some mods, get some mounts, but like you need the gold, man. I feel like as long as I'm raiding and not playing the game casually, as long as I'm raiding, I always get consumables and crafting and all this other stuff to spend gold on. If I'm playing the game more casually, I think that'll be like a lot easier because I have time to farm up gold and then time to just like play the house. You know what I mean? Won't have to use it for consumables or nothing. Roar onto Leo with a clone for Ash. Barkskin is available. Got himself a bunch of regrowths. Just trying to see if he can stop a lot of the bursts from Leo. AMS is up with the silence follows. Leo does shut down Ash's big burst. Ash with the disarm. This could help potentially. I don't know what you were able to dark sim from him. He does have a dark sim. I don't know what you were able to spell steal from the guy. But you do have a dark sim. Silence for a second. Is a silence what you got? That'd be hilarious if you got a silence. Ash, I'm going to go for big defensive value here while the bear form Heart of the Wad is active. Try to spam regrowth behind the pillar. Leo is in a great spot right now where you can just push and pressure Ash. He has a lot of help to work with. Gameplay getting kind of high up right now. Got himself a silence, so he did steal a silence from the guy. Ash tried to go for a Shadowmouth Sun. He just didn't do anything, unfortunately. I think Ash was able to get knocked out of stealth there for a second. Does have a disarm by the looks of it, but I'm not 100%. Maybe it's just not being tracked by Blizz UI, because some things don't really get tracked all that easily. He got him some regrowth. First aid around the pillar. Ash at least is given an opportunity to get himself at least some regrowth here. He's got himself some recovery, but Leo's just first aid is doing value. It is doing work, and Leo still has a gold he could sacrifice later in case he needs to. Yeah, Ash, I have no idea what Ash could do here, honestly. He does have no more trinket for Leo, no more IBF, so you could stun him. The trees are in, but they really need to attack Leo. But he's trying to slow those trees down as best as possible. They will do a significant bit of damage to the guy, actually. They will also moonfire him. The punches also do a lot. Yeah, he's just trying to see if he can cut it into it. Ash trying to see if he can knock him. Trying to go for a big incarnation. Leo with an AMS. Got himself a silence ready to go. So Ash will get locked down. Try to go for a clone. Wetting this out. That is unfortunately to press incarnation. And Leo's like, all right, I'm going to go silence that real quickly. Blind for a second. Doesn't at least take a little bit of damage. Ash with a stun. Barkskin is the only thing he can do. Leo just going to follow up with a silence. Ash is under a ton of pressure. Disarm to Leo, which is going to help quite a decent bit. Silence to follow. Able to walk away for a moment. I don't know if he's got any more healing. He's got renewal. He's got renewal by the looks of it. So you got to go bear form renewal. Renewal? Oh, renewal. You have to renewal. Nah. That is unfortunate. Leo wanted to get a comeback at some point, though. Leo knew that he wanted to get some sort of a revenge here. So far, Ash has been able to win versus Leo, but this is one time Leo does pick up a victory. Maybe is a renewal track property by Blizz UI? It might not be track property, actually, chat. Because I'm looking at that renewal on the Boomkin, and I'm like, he would have seen it. He would have known that it's there. But I don't think it's tracked properly. Yeah, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. As Jay trying to see if he can get himself arcane plays. Okay. Does everybody have something most people don't? Yeah, the plague proto definitely is one of those things that you have that most people don't. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Big GG's. I'm not playing right. I just got back. Dude, you were amazing, man. We don't ever see Boomkins in duels, and I thought you played really, really well. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it. But it's killing right now. Yeah, that's all good, man. That's all good. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining. Always fun seeing a good Boomkin play. Gonna be an Arcane Surge out of Jay with Leo. Try to see if we can back up out of there. Back it up out of there. What could you spell steal from Mage that would be invaluable, actually? Oh, from an Archimage. Leo's just getting blasted, though. Hold on a second. I think Leo's just dead. Dropping full meteor. That is a Phoenix play. Wait, Jay's taking a lot of damage, though. No more block anymore. Hold on a second. Oh! Leo lived with like a scratch of health. What is that? Wait, Leo got 4? You blink for a second and Leo snags himself a 4. Probably would have been a 5 if he had a 5th on that team. Lord, let's get us another one going. Yo, hopefully Jay send me an invite here real quickly because we'll need a couple of bodies for him. Need a couple of bodies, but I'll give him a second. But yo, Ash, thanks for joining us, man. We'll need like at least 2, if not more. But we'll see. Hold on, chat. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Is this mount right here? Uncorrupted Voidwing. They were basically getting Uncorrupted Voidwing 2.0, but with armor as an AOTC mount next season. Look at that thing. It's a cool looking mount. It's just kind of crappy that we get like just a second one, a second version of that. Wait, Sinbolt's never got in. He joined, but he never joined. Weird. Okay, we need one. We need one more here, boys. There it is. Oh wait, no. Somebody's queued for something? Is it Symbols that's queued for something? Hold on. Cannot queue for dungeon while using battlegrounds or arenas. Was me? Okay. Don't shuffle queue. No, it's not you. It's someone else. Might be someone else. Yeah, is it Sin Bolts? Maybe Sin Bolts queue for something. Not sure though. Okay, here we go. Now we're good. We need Onomas, boys. Onomas would be good to go. Who else can I invite? Yes. Okay, I got a guy. I got a guy. It is oh, here we go. Okay, for some reason my brain was just ignoring the oh, here it is. Rest in hell. He's in. He's in, baby. He's in, baby. Wait, who left? Wait, no, we're good. No mind. For some reason this thing didn't update. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Okay, we're back, baby. We're back. Johnny, let me know when you're good. Oh, you are good. Okay, cool. We'll go into a rook. So both is AFK right now. I didn't get what's up. Kick him for now. I think some in RL. Okay, cool. We'll figure something out. We'll try this and see if he's back. But yeah, we'll try this as is. Much for choose my long by every class, sheen model, OCM weapons, and make showers. Yeah. I mean, like the original long boy? Yeah, original long boy is pretty awesome. Honestly. Is Simbo's not in again? We might have to swap him out, like, all completely. Yeah. DD is good with me? Yeah, really good, man. Really, really good. My ultimate flex is having Feldrake for only 9k gold back him up, but you know what happened to Feldrake? Dude, I don't see a single person riding a Feldrake at all. Everybody's got one on Twitch drops and then nobody rides it. It is like abandoned. I never got mine, actually. I never got mine from Twitch drops. I should have, but I was just like, I was so lazy with all Twitch drop stuff, man. I still am. Whenever they have something cool, something new, I just like don't really go out of my way to get it. Last one thing was like the crown, the pink purple crown thing with flowers, which I was like, okay. There's a guildie of mine was streaming and I was like, he enabled drops, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pop in. And it was only for like an hour. Uh-oh, you guys are already fighting? Hold on a second, hold on a second, hold on a second. Hold on. Switch. I'm missing one over for the team. Well, what again? I'm not sure what's happening, but Brad immediately for Leo. I'm switching the wrong person. Silence on a barrel. I don't even know if Silence has done much to a hunter. Still got him some big hits, big damage with a big Reaper sized barrel with a turtle. Does get a stun onto Leo for a second with a massive rapid fire. Leo is actually in a very, very bad position. He would actually be in the danger zone. Just a couple of black arrows and he might be in the grave here. Does go for a sacrifice on that gold just to give himself a little bit more health to work with. I think he's gonna have to wait until he's got himself a blind or some kind of a setup versus barrel. Barrel setting up freezing trap AMS just to see if he can avoid it altogether. That is some work right there. Man. Has he got himself a big rapid fire? But not on. Okay. Got himself a volley. Does not quite hit though, unfortunately. Got himself a double tap. If you get yourself a rapid fire, that would be a huge double tap. Never mind, aim shot. I think aim shot. Oh! That was painful. Dude, double aim shot. Oh! The freeze trap. Perfectly placed, actually. So perfectly placed. Barrel does get himself one little spot shot with a rapid fire to follow. He just needs himself a couple of those. Big hunt. Stunts it. He stunts it as it reaches him. Binding shot. Barrel's still in a bit of trouble. Wait a second. Elo is just immunity. Hold on. Do you have any way to stop Elo? Or just go for camo? You just go for camo. Okay. No mind. It broke. I guess you still gotta bleed. Yo, Elo, if you're not careful, there is a freezing trap waiting for you somewhere. Sigil. Oh! That's twice in a row. He's still gonna aim shot? Dude, you're basically dead. That is way too close for comfort. I would not aim shot there. I would just run. Oh my god. I'm not playing Deathbringer again. Yeah, Deathbringer is fun, but like not great. Rider is definitely much better. I like Deathbringer, and it's looking like it's going to be really good for PvE. Like, you should see how many Death Knights are there on PTR right now, man. It is crazy. They're literally everywhere. All playing Deathbringer, playing the new Scythe, just spamming Frostside the entire time, murdering the entire block. Wait, Simbolts actually was able to connect. Oh, there it is. Incredible. Elo is given an opportunity to get an honor duel from Extinction by the looks of it. It's gonna immediately spell steal whatever buzz he had. With a trinket instantly, Extinction got himself the ultra set up. Elo is gonna take a decent bit of damage. Anytime they hit extension, he has to go for the big Giga Shields though. It is gonna go for that Trinket? No, I think it's just normal damage breakout way, right? Wait, fire? Yeah, burned out. That is unfortunate. Natty interrupted as they're trying to go for a Shroud. Going up versus extension. I feel like every time Natty goes up, normally they play against Jaina and they do incredibly well against Jaina. But going up against extension, that is a Fire Mage versus a Frost Mage. They have a lot more instant cast capability. Troll, what is that burst out of eruptions? Wait a second, extension I think might just draw caught. And Natty is able to at least get a lot of value out of it. Could go for a time warp. Could go for a little time skippy. Nullifying Shroud. I think time skipping may not be the worst here. As long as it doesn't get caught by extension and interrupted, he'll be okay. Is it playing Shimmer? Extension, I don't think he's playing Shimmer, is he? Might be a normal Blinks, right? He just probably knows that, oh, Evoker doesn't really have a stun. So I can maybe just blink around it. Natty still has a Shroud. I think it is spell stolen little by little. He is spell stealing Proxy Shroud. Look at that. He's got a Shroud of his own. He's literally spell stealing and not removing it. Got him some shields with the stun. I think it tried to go for a landslide, but it doesn't quite get a stun into extension. Unfortunately, does go for a quick kick. That is mad damage. Holy! The Evoker played that as well as they could, but extension got him some mad burst. Just caught him in a quick interrupt and just blasted him out with everything he had. Fire Mage burst is like so immediate. It is crazy. I feel like he could just hit out of nowhere. He got himself a big shield and just started fire blasting. So you're reflecting damage back to yourself from the shields and you're getting blasted at the same time. I think that's the setup, is to try to get a Giga Shield and then try to see if you can go for counterplay. Counter damage, whatever he's got going on. Shields are up onto our pally immediately, but extension instantly hitting him with a fire, dude. Hitting him with a pyros. Do you have another shield? Got himself a bit of that invis, got himself a bit of that DR, a couple of procs too to follow. But does need himself a bit of survivability. Ice Wall? Is there a gap? No, that looks like there's a gap, but there ain't a gap. That Ice Wall play, by the way, that is some work. Is sitting down for food. Sitting down for some food. How long does this Ice Wall last? Does hit him with a breath. Trinket to follow for R-Pallet. Trinket out for extension. Got him some shields. This way he's going to try to see if he can combine some big pressure damage with a meteor and everything. Scorches down, spell stealing whatever buffs he can from R-Pallet, which maybe is going to be helpful. Trying to go for some shifting power. Got himself even more procs. R-Pallet may need to bubble this. Does get himself a decent bit of dam. That's going to be extension with his shield. I think maybe shielded a little early. Was that caught? No, I don't think it was a caught, was it? Doesn't trap him on holy. Hold on a second. If you have enough damage before a bubble comes out, this could be huge. Wait, you only bubbled. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Extension does take him. With Foxy not giving extension a chance, it's going to be touch of death, right? Nah, not even touch of death. Just a couple of punches, couple of kicks, taking him out. Rest in hell, going to be up next. Dude, extension got a lot of burst, man. Gonna bring a tier set, ruins blood. You're forced to Marren 4 times back to back, or else you waste your tier set. Yeah, I kind of wish blood had like another ability to compress outside of Marren to also proc it. That would be a little better. But yeah, I mean, at least it only costs 1 ruin, right? But yeah, it does feel like you're over-generating resources. Karma by Onto Rest in Hell with Big Celestial Condi by Foxy. Hold on a second. Foxy could have almost turned this around, but immunity out of Rest in Hell. With an Imprisoned to follow. Got him some Sigil of Spite. Is it enough damage though? Both are very, very low. It could be anyone's game right now. Foxy does still have 1 more defensive. Diffuse Magic would help against Chaos damage. Definitely needs to use it. Flying up in the air is just over. Oh, literally flew up in the air just to lance him. We should track that. I missed that completely. 3 for extension? I didn't realize he took out 3. Alright, let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más. Get us this one more going. Let me know if you boys need more bodies or whatnot. Like Jay, let me know if you need more or if you're good. Double checking. Team ready? Question mark? Ready? Beautiful. Jay is also ready. Alright, we'll send you guys into a we'll do Dalaran sewers, right? We'll do Dalaran sewers. And I just gotta make sure to save it. All that. Yeah, at least Deathbringer has a defensive component for Blood DK though, Jake. And again, like Marared's become only 1 rune, which yeah, it is kind of a waste for what is it, the bones that you. Because you actually overgenerate bone shield charges, don't you? Not only does Dalaran generate bone shield charges, but now you also get Bone Storm, which generates at least 2 stacks over its 2-second duration. So you are overgenerating resources there too. Yeah, when you think about it, it is not that great. That's about Dalaran. It's more about so you don't have to spend the 2 instantly get when they get wasted. It's less about Dalaran itself. It's more so you don't spend the 2 you instantly get when they get wasted. You mean like in the opener, like when you Reaper and then you Dalaran? Yeah. I wish you could also Hard Strike instead or something, right? Because you're probably just gonna run in and you're gonna use what's it? You're gonna use your rune weapon that's gonna give you all your charges and everything in the opener. Which you know what I mean? It does feel kind of like a waste of. Barrel is going to be the first one up and running, and looks like it is going to be our pala out in the middle. I'm assuming that that's going to be them, right? Hit with a charge trap, immediately rapid fire. Not in a great spot right now. Maybe in a bit of trouble here. It's going to be aim shot. Super low on health. Hold on a second. Immediate bubble. Try to see if you catch up to Barrel. Barrel is out of there immediately. Just back it up out of this as soon as you can. Holy. Got himself a couple of flashlight lights chilling there for a second. At least he's able to give himself a bit of the recovery with a stun to follow up. Got himself, was that a random proc of wings? I think it was a random proc of wings. He needs to find a way to catch over to Barrel and go for a proper Wake of Ashes. No more Hand of Freedom, I don't think. Blessing of Freedom? It is Blessing of Freedom, right? I always call it Hand of Freedom. Because at some point it used to be called Hand. Hand of Freedom. Hand of Sacrifice. But I guess I think at some point it was started with Blessing. And then for like in Legion, it became Hand of Freedom because it was like silver hand. So we're trying to go like get handsy with it, I guess, or something. Big burst off a Barrel. Hold on, is our pally just dead? Just dead, yeah, because it bubbled and they was off for Baron, so they can't lay their hands on nothing. That is unfortunate. Rapid fire immediately out for Barrel onto Leo, but it's gonna get blocked into a thing of ice. It's going to be aim shots firing off still. He got a lot of damage back to Leo with massive rapid fires. Turtle Shield with Exil. Got himself a short wall here for a second. Actually, I think a full wall now. Leo with an IBF just to survive. Knocking Leo back for a second, but he just does not have the angle with Leo running by, sweeping him across and take him out fairly quickly. Heading for himself a mop, I think. Was it since mop? I thought it was in Legion. I thought it was even maybe from mob to Legion. It was hands, because at some point it definitely was hands. I'm so used to hands. It's kind of like I do the same thing with monks too. Like when monks go for a tiger palm, I call it jab, because that used to be what it was called back in mob is jab. Tiger palm was a completely different ability. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? As Rust and Hell try to see if he can get himself the angle versus Leo. Leo kind of limited on his defenses, is gonna be able to. I was thinking he was gonna walk away from Sigil's fear, but misery, but no. Does still get hit with a fear either way. His health, however, is in a bit of a rough spot. Even Cheat Death Brock in there right now just doesn't have anything to distinguish health from, and AMS barely keeping him alive. Your death pack may be used here really early. As long as he doesn't need a single lance, he'll be okay. I'm surprised Resident Hell, when he flies up in the air like that, he doesn't have like an angle to hit Leo. I feel like he would always be able to hit, like it's kind of a small box, you know what I mean? Box ain't that big. Does get himself a stun around the corner with an I-beam right after. Deathback has been used by Leo, but was able to wait it out. So now he can at least get some healing. Stun onto Resident Hell. This could be his opportunity to make some damage happen. Silence to follow. It is going to stop some of Demon Hunter's damage, not all. Some of it. You actually can get silenced. Some of your abilities are magic based. Technically, big hunt to follow. That is going to put Leo in a really rough situation. Big cleave! And Resident Hell taking him out with Elo charging in immediately. Stun to Resident Hell. This is going to be up for Resident Hell to find a way to use defenses to potentially survive this. Does have darkness. Made to drop it really early. I think stunned a hunt by Elo, but I think the hunt still connected onto Resident Hell. Turned the attention onto Elo with a nice little setup though. First aid. He's trying to see if he can sigil it. Sigil was actually by Elo, not by Resident Hell. Elo's not a lot of health available. Up in the air, striking him with lances, but a glaive up in the sky boomerangs him down. With Foxy gonna be up next. Last time Foxy walked in and just sent everything into Resident Hell. He's got himself trinket up immediately. We'll need to get the hell out of Dodge. You need to get out of there. Darkness down, may not be enough for you. Ivan to follow, try to get whatever healing he can. Metamorphosis right after. Sigil Spy to get himself a bit more healing. Stun onto, or imprison onto Foxy. Needs to get himself just a little bit more damage versus Foxy. That is a lot of potential burst, but a touch of just turns it around. That is rough. So Foxy, wow, we're only hitting that 19% dampening, only that 4-minute mark. Sinbolts is up next though as a Destro, I want to say? Yeah, Destro. Sending the Shavara up around the corner. You'll be able to at least get the guy kind of slowed down. Does hit him with a CC immediately. Potentially can get himself some big damage with a Mortal Coil. Trinket Incap to follow right after. Sinbolts porting out of there immediately. As Foxy trying to see if he can change something, but an Inferno is stopping him in place. Bolt 1, Fewer to follow. Does connect. Does get himself a reflect, but that is going to be another ward. I don't think another ward actually stops a lot of the karma damage, does it? No, but Dark Pact is going to be able to absorb a huge portion of it. Second Inferno dropping in. That is huge for him. Dark Portal right after. Or Gateway? Gateway. As he's able to get out of this scot-free. And Foxy just taking that constant burning damage from that Inferno, which does not feel good. Avoiding the stun. Incap does connect. Where's the wall? Just spam out of here. Does a double bolt maybe? Double bolt? No, single bolt, but Incinerate might just do it actually. Does get himself defused last second before that Incinerate connects. As he got himself a couple of Vilifies here and there. As Sin Bolts back it up out, trying to see if he can get himself a good position. He just did a couple of free casts onto Foxy. Maybe let the Succubus catch up for a second. Bolt, that's it. I think it's over. It is over. It is over. There's no way. Ain't no way. Yeah. Taking him out fairly quickly. Natty, you are not going to have an easy matchup. That's 2 mages and a warlock. At least you could prevent any CC from the warlock for a second. Does get a bunch of knockups. Huge eruptions. As long as you got some movement, you might be able to stay on him. Kind of walking off the platform, unfortunately. Flying off the platform, flying off the hinges. Got himself another hover. Trying to get those, a couple more eruptions. Just needs those angles, man. Just needs those angles. Cannot get CC by Succubus for the time being. Or Fear spammed. At least for a short bit of time. Stun is going to be ignored. Can literally be avoided. And Sin Bolts is in a pretty bit of a tight spot. But if Natty ever walks up next to him, he can't just go for Mortal Coil. Does potentially set something up here. Mortal Coil. Drink it out for Natty. Shadow Fury does avoid it completely. Got him some movement speed. Fire Breath is going to be able to connect some fire damage, I think. With Upheaval, that's going to be Fear. Try to go for a kick, but it does get juked out. For Natty, they can somehow hover back over to Sin. They'll actually be in a great spot. They also still have time skip if they ever need it. So that's an opportunity to get a lot of cooldowns back. Defensively, offensively, everything. Got himself elbow by but an Infernal around the pillar. If you're going to get in there, you're going to have to get in there and do a bunch of damage. You got yourself Wall. You got yourself Shroud. Taking a lot of damage though. Upheaval for a second. Does go for Eruption, but it doesn't quite connect. I don't know if you got yourself any movement speed. Does have movement speed with Eruptions. You just need line of sight. That's going to be a quick kick. Eruptions, I'm pretty sure, are AoE abilities. I don't think they can be reflected back. Symbols does have himself big bolts if ever. And Natty is still taking lots of damage here. But still got himself a couple of those procs onto Sin Bolts. Is going to be able to get Eruptions onto. It's just like a random Eruptions off of a jackpot. Is that what it is? I think that's what it was actually. Try to see if you can switch over to the Syed. I don't know if you want to interrupt it or not. Syed might be worse for Natty. But if they get Shroud, it wouldn't matter really that much. Does go for a deep breath. That is a lot of damage. Is that enough with the Upheaval? Eruption? Oh! He does get it. He may need some, you don't have mages on that team. So I don't know if J or Extension are going to give you the proper honor duel. It looks like they are trying to give you an honor duel. You need water or something. Is it Extension next? It looks like an Extension. You have water? You're drinking. You're just actually drinking water. All right. So at the very least, if Natty is given a proper chance for an honor duel for every one of these mages, then this could be an opportunity for them to turn this around. Dampening is getting up there. We're at the 8-minute mark, 43% dampening. So you're not going to be able to get a lot of that healing. But if you got cooldowns, if you get yourself setups, if you're playing very carefully, especially against the Fire Mage, you might be okay. Does go for a quick interrupt. Just Extension trying to see if you can get some damage in here immediately. Natty trying to go for a bit of the defense with the renewal as well as a Shroud. Knocking down, stunning Extension. Got himself a full Fire Breath, everything available. Eruptions are available too. Got himself a ton of damage. Trying to see if he can poke around the pillar just to get himself one more hit. A second hit. But Natty's not in a great spot right now at all. Health-wise, really in a dire situation. Just a couple Fire Blasts. She death does proc. That doesn't give you a lot of health at all, though. I don't know what you can do in this situation. Just needs a Pyro or two. A couple of Fire Blasts and that would do it. Living Flames are barely doing anything for you at this point. Yeah, since it does take it. That is really tough. That healing for Evoker is so limited, man. It feels like they made sure that Evokers can barely heal. At least themselves. They can do a lot of damage, but in terms of the healing, it is definitely very, 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 very rough. Alrighty, let's get us another going, boys, yeah? That was so good, though. I enjoyed it. I like when duels kind of like close. But like, yeah, Fire Mage definitely is really hard for Evoker to deal with. It's just too much instantaneous damage for the mage. Where Evoker needs to always get like a empowerment set up, get those long cast of eruptions which take forever. They hit very hard, but it takes forever to get them out. For a mage, you can Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Feeding Flame. Right? It's all pretty much instantaneous damage. With Miss Mop, Warlords, Monk, but also to play design-wise. Yeah, Mob, apparently a lot of people like the design of some of the classes in particular. I feel like in AoE classes were really simple, but in single target rotations were kind of like involved. But AoE, a lot of classes had like a big AoE button, basically it. So maybe that's something, I don't know, I don't think that we'll go back to that anytime soon. But like, I think the classes are right now kind of complex in single target and AoE. But in MOP, everybody were pretty string cheap back as Brewmaster. I don't think they necessarily need more resource management. I think they just need a more streamlined rotation for monks. I don't think they really need chi. Because managing chi, I mean for a Brewmaster, they're already managing mitigations. I don't think adding more resources makes them better. You know what I mean? Unless they want to make it passively tanky and make them all about managing chi. And then it's like, okay, I could see that. But then you have to like crank out their healing. Double checking with Jay if they're ready. If Jay lets me know that they're ready, we'll be good to go. Ready? Beautiful. We'll go into a I'll try a smaller map. Let's do Lordaeron. No, Mob's playstyle was actually good and they ruined it. With Chi, I just don't know. Like you said, bring back Chi, and I was like, would adding Chi to the current design of Brewmaster work? Probably not. It wouldn't make it better. Because Mob was completely differently designed. So like you would have to, for a current Brewmaster, I don't think more resource management would help. You would have to change the way that it plays altogether. Your passively tanky had movement based playstyle where 80s payment similar to Blood Deca right now. And we're getting so much healing and passive damage reduction. Yeah, like if they made tanks that tanky passively, but made them really focus on the rotation and playing it correctly, that would be another way to change tanks. But now tanks are all about simple rotation, mostly mitigation. And I don't know if Chi with the current Brewmaster would be a good move. I don't think it would help. But if they made him passively giga tanky, you just gotta play rotation correctly and then you maintain that tankiness. That would maybe work. But it's just a completely different design, you know what I mean? Which? Got a soul extinction over. Wait, everybody's in a cubby. Extinction up here in a cubby. Jay ain't in a cubby. He just got in a corner. We got Rest in Hell. We got, who is that? Symbols? No. Wait, is there two mages? Oh, there's two mages here. What is this? Who are you? Why are you not up now? Is that a toy? Gotta be a toy, right? Natty is gonna be first up versus Beryl. That is gonna be an immediate aim shot from around the corner. Natty trying to see if they can use some mobility with Emma Might in order to reposition. It is going to be a bit of a pet sack out for Beryl as Natty just trying to see if he can cut across into a stun onto Beryl, knocking him up. Big eruptions. Those eruptions are doing a lot of damage. Natty does get stunned by a binding shot, unfortunately. Rapid fire again for Beryl. I don't know if Natty had any more eruptions left over because it still had a ton of damage. Time skip puts him in a bad spot. Eruptions, maybe this will be enough. I don't know if it'll be enough. She death needs a heal, but Beryl does knock him out of the sky. That was just a lot of bursts out of the both of them in the opener. I don't know if Natty had any more eruptions there at the beginning. If they had any more just to continue pressure after the turtle went down, maybe that would have been the play, but that is tough. That is tough. Ascend Bolts is going to be up next versus Leo, who was able to take out Beryl very, very quickly, hitting him with a Succubus CC behind the pillar. Because it got himself a bit of that damage, got himself the Mastery proc pretty... Is that Mastery proc? Either Master proc or does the Demon Bolt proc for free. I'm not sure which one. Ooh! He tried to grip him, but he had Netherward up, so he actually does not get a grip him at all. That's kind of good. Inferno from around the corner. IBF down for Leo. Does go for a grip onto Senfel. And it's going to be a gateway to put himself out there. I don't know if he's got another grip or anything, but it's going to be bolts. One bolt connects with a port right after for Sinbolt with a mortal call to follow. He does not play Dark Sim, so it's not like he's going to be able to Dark Sim any of those bolts. Does reduce that Chaos Bolt damage with that dome, however. That is helping him a bunch. He's got himself an army of undead, but Sinbolt's health just not going anywhere. He's going to wall it off, stun all these pets, needs a couple of casts into Leah, one more bolt, does go for a death pack, not a lot of health available, and this is where Sinbolt's actually finally runs out of defenses. Isn't going to be enough though. Now the bolts, Leo just does not have a way to stop it. That death pack not giving him much health to work with, and that Succubus I think could actually take him out back here, but the death strikes are helping him stabilize even a little bit. Every one of the death strikes is actually so helpful. Succubus catches him for just a second, but looks at Sinbolt, is going to try to see if he can switch over to a fresh new Succubus right here. And Leo, I don't know who wins this actually. Sinbolt still has a Warlock Hellstone. Actually no, he doesn't have Warlock Hellstone. He was trying to summon fresh new ones, but he doesn't have one at the moment. Dark Pack for a second, AMS up for Leo, so both of them are shielding it up. Stun onto Sinbolts for Leo, that's an opportunity to at least get some damage going. Shadow Fury trying to see if he can get interrupted. Gets interrupted on Shadow, but he still casts fire. He still casts bolts in case he wants to. Interrupted, oh wait, reflected, they grip. Good bolt connects. Blind for a second. Needs just a little bit more damage. Just a couple of more hits. It could be anyone's game right now. Succubus catches him last second. Oh, but Sinbolts does die. To what? Like a disease? A tick of disease must have killed him there, right? That is crazy. I'm surprised you lived. I love that set, by the way. It looks so good. The mage shower set for DK and specials on the whole looks amazing with the weapon in particular. This matches so well. Look at that. Oh, you got a different chest piece. I actually like that a little better. That blue on the chest piece doesn't quite match the green of everything else, but like from in a right light, it doesn't look that bad. You know what I mean? I'm surprised Sinfel that went down there. It looks like Jay is going to be up next. So as an arcane magus, and you see those orbs above his head, he's a Phoenix build. He is a Sun Fury build. He's going to be going for big damage, big Phoenix, and if you keep that Phoenix out in the open with Leo, that's going to be a bunch of damage. Plus barrages that follows after Phoenix is gone are still going to be massive, man. Massive. Breath up onto Leo, who actually avoids it. Knocked back out for Jay immediately. He's going to try to see if he can blink out of there, but he's put in a really rough spot. He's going to have to go for Ultra. Leo is immediately ready to catch him when the Ultra stuns him, and Jay does end up getting out of it fairly quickly into an Invis right after. He just doesn't have much offenses to use here, as Leo's the one running him down completely, and all Jay can do is just block and hope for the best for the time being. Just block and wait it out for a second. Leo trying to see if he can just keep the pressure still rolling in. Ring of Frost is going to at least help stun some of those pets. Is going to go for AMS just to close that gap. For Jay, just not in a great spot to be. Fed getting frozen, but it doesn't matter for Leo. He's actually going to back up out of there for a second. Actually is going to back away until the pet is back up and available. Ultra up for Jay, but he's caught himself low on health and Ultra. Maybe he can go for like an arcane surge off of that pet, but that's about all he can do. He's just getting blasted out by that A-bomb. Yeah, this thing with Darkness Formation is just gonna do a lot of damage. Stun, blinks it, but it just, what else can you do? What else can you do? You got yourself a shield, but that's about all. Just over. I think it was actually just executed with a Reaper. Just nothing that could have been done. I was watching the mage the whole time, I'm like, is there anything he could do? He immediately got ran over at the beginning, put on the back foot, and just never was able to really like reposition from that. Just stayed on the back foot the entire game. That is rough, man. Death Knights in particular can really put some casters on that like rough situation. Extension got him some random proc of combustion. Definitely trying to see if he can maximize those procs that he gets versus Leo. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of better angle here, but he's just really unable to. For the time being, Leo is gonna just go for a bit of damage from a distance. Ring of Frost almost catches them for extension. That's an opportunity because he got more instantaneous damage. Couple of Fire Blasts with a Fire Blast is enough to put Leo south in a really tough situation. Full Combat Storm coming down, does have IBF with Ledgeborn overlapping. That's a lot of damage reduction. Trying to see if he can group him in. That's gonna be extension getting super low though. Hold on. What? That's a proc of Cauterize? I didn't even realize he cauterized. I don't think he realized that either. Leo doesn't take it out of these mages though. With Rest and L going to be up next. I don't think Leo has any way to heal up from this, can he? He's trying to see if maybe Rest and L will give him the honor of the match, but I don't think he's kind of sort of giving him a chance. Flying up in the air, raining lances on him. That is going to be AMS absorbing those. At least he's switching over to the pet, which is actually not a bad idea. You can do significant damage to that pet. Eventually, it will die. He'll try to recover a little bit of health. Wraithwalk to follow. He can go for an army summon here, if anything. He could go for army summon and just lay Rest in Hell by himself with that army. He might just have to. A-bomb, avoiding the Sigil of Misery. Oh, could go, or Dark Transformation rather, not A-bomb, because he could summon the real A-bomb here in just a moment. I-beam to follow. Does get a stun to Rest in Hell. If you summon an A-bomb, actually, do you even have A-bomb? I don't think you do. Actually, I have no idea. I have no clue. But Leah's not in a great spot. Death back to follow. Just got whatever range damage he can onto Rest in Hell. Yeah, Rest in Hell does end up taking him out. Damn, if only had the full A-bomb and everything and just Chain of Ice, Rest in Hell just walked away. I think it would have been alright though, man. I think it would have been okay. Our Pala up next, dropping down big Dammy into Rest in Hell with a full burst to follow. The Rest in Hell is just not in a great spot. Does go for an immunity. But he just does not have any ways to really heal himself right now, which is unfortunate. He can go for a full meta. Maybe hunt meta and everything, but he has to go hit and run. But even then, it's like, a hammer is just going to kill you. Meta, try to see if you can duke it. Does pick up some soul in order to pick up whatever bit of health he can. Shadow Meld for a second, stun into our Pala. Looking for a bit of that cleave. Maybe you just do a bunch of damage out of left field. Flying up in the air, which puts him in a bit of a safe spot. Lances, our Pala with the lay on hands. Wait, hold on. Those lances are still hitting very, very hard. Hold on, does he bubble? No, it doesn't matter. Just hammers him down. Unfortunately. Leo does pick up 4. I didn't even realize Leo picked up 4 there, by the way. I didn't even realize he picked up 4. That's some unholy damage right there. Apparently, it just sneaks up on ya. Let's get us another going, boys, yeah? Yeah. John is ready? Ready. Let me know if team ready. Yeah, let me read the chat here real quick, Jay, because I saw you wrote a message. Your pass a little more tanky. Had movement-based playstyle with AD spamming. You mean for like the chi orbs that you could pick up? Because that's what I was wondering, like what you meant by movement-based playstyle. Something with the blood decay. You gain so much healing and passive damage reduction. No, Brewmaster feels good in PTR too. Mixing Mage Shower and Maldraxxus said Deke is a really good combo. I agree with that, actually. I agree with that because that's the old turquoise and everything. Yeah, I agree with that. And you know, I trying out the blood decay Brewmaster no breath build. It actually feels okay. And when you look at Brewmaster, Fire Breath ability is off to the side. Most abilities that Blizzard considers like key abilities, they'll pick up in the first row of talent trees, where basically you cannot go without those abilities, right? Like the Shadow Priest cleave damage, or Adrenaline Rush for Outlaw Rogue, or Phoenix Flame for Fire Mage, right? Things like that. And then anything they want for you to really be able to focus in on to put towards the center of the talent tree. Like Niozawa, it's meant to be a starting point that lets you branch into the other parts of the rest of your talents. It's meant to be there on purpose just so for that talent economy that you can use it to explore the rest of your talent tree. It's supposed to be there in the middle for that most amount of flexibility. Fire Breath is off to the side, which means that it's a situational skill. So technically, I think Blizzard never really looked at the current Brewmaster and was like, well, Fire Breath isn't mandatory. Even though it has DR to it, like 5% damage reduction, which is not insignificant. It is kind of weird, you know what I mean? Which? Xavier's shoulders? Bro, I'm still chasing those. I'm still chasing my Xavier's shoulders. Do you need? Leo up first as an holy DK immediately starting off with an entire army of undeads running Jayhawk down like last time. Jay immediately took a lot of pressure, had to play super hyper defensive off the bat, but looks like he caught a quick quality into Leo. This could be his opportunity to potentially make some big damage happen. Bring a frost onto Leo, but actually escapes it. And I think Jay might just be dead. He got himself in a vis for a second. That's going to give him some DR, catching up a little bit of health. But that is going to be a block. Yeah, Leo just does not give him much of a breather whatsoever. Just runs the guy down completely. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. Is he trying to see if he can get the hell out of dodge there for a second? Barraging things down little by little. Leo does not even get knocked back, man. That Death's Advance on a horse just doesn't send him flying whatsoever. Poly to follow. Jay, if you were ever going to burst, man, I think this is like your one opportunity. Repoly again. Arcade Surge is up, but he's just gonna walk away. He's got the Phoenix. Hold on. Phoenix is attacker on target. Phoenix. Walking Phoenix is attacking the pet. Wait, no, it switches over to Leo. Hold on. It actually is hitting the right target for a second, but it doesn't matter because Jay does go down. The Phoenix finally switched to the right target, but then Jay goes down. That is so tough. That is so rough. Sigil and Misery does connect behind the pillar for Leo, though. That is unfortunate because he's trying to see if he can get away from Rest in Hell. Does burn a human racial with a Lichborn just to give himself whatever healing he got, whatever defenses he's got. Maybe he can use that runic power to death coil himself a little bit, but I think death strikes are more effective than death coils now. Now that they made death strikes actually kind of sort of do good healing. You need to get CC onto Rest in Hell so you can't hit ya. Are you slowed down with like a Death of Decay or just walking? I think he should have just walking. That or he's got like extra long, extra effective Chain of Ice or something. Does drop down the entire army of undead with riders and everything available for Rest in Hell. You just gotta find a way to focus in on Leo and focus him down as hard as possible while understanding that the army is gonna be there. Blur and try to see if you can phase that army of undead plus the riders to maybe dodge some of their attacks. Focusing hard on Leo the entire time, because if you can take him out, then you win this, and then the riders and all these other pets disappear. And Leo just continuing to death strike while he's got resources. Every single one of the death strikes keeps him alive just a little longer, letting the army do the rest of the work. A-bomb disappearing. Riders also starting to fade. And Leo's kind of stuck on his own with just his own little ghoul. He might not be in a great spot. Death back for a second just to give him some more health to work with. Rest in Hell trying to see if he can cut across to the other side of the pillar. But constant Chain of Ice slows does make it hard for him to keep the chase onto Leo. Dusted him with a stun. Bleeding out Leo little by little. Not in an amazing spot at all. Not in a great spot whatsoever. Trying to see if he can get himself an angle. I don't know if he's got Hunt. He does have the Hunt actually, so you could just go in and hunt him down. But I don't think he needs to actually. Just a couple more cleaves. Just a couple more strikes. Then you're catching up into a death strike. That's all he needs is a couple of death strikes. First aid. The ghoul is out in the open. Is going to get lands down. Hopefully you have a freshly summoned. But does pick up at least a little bit of health. Leo does have a bomb, or he does have army. He does have APOC, but I don't think it matters. AMZ down to try to see if he can live. He's just not in a great spot. He's trying to do whatever he can to survive Lichborn, but I think, yeah, just resting up with too much pressure on him. Entire time, just pressure, and even more pressure. Rail Pala is going to be up next. Try to see if he can just dumpster a bunch of damage into Rest in Hell. Full Wake of Ashes, that is a Dawnlight on him. Rest in Hell, if you got any heals right now, now would be the best time to get any. Imprison onto Arpala, who does go for a trinket. I don't know if Rest in Hell got any more burst. You got some Big Cleave. Big Cleave is in play. I don't know if he's got a blur or anything. Darkness down. Try to see if he can make some damage, some of that cleave damage work with a Hunt to follow. Arpala with a lay on hands. Arpala is doing okay for now. They still have bubble and everything. Blind onto Rest in Hell. Does end up breaking out, unfortunately. Stun onto Arpala. Does he go for a bubble? If he gets super low, yeah, bubble. Rest in Hell, you just got to get on a dodge. He does have eventual retreat by the looks of things, so he might be able to just eventual retreat. If he can eventual retreat past the stun of our pallet, that would be great. Does go for a bit of a hit and run. Blade dance. Hold on a second. Might have enough damage and does end up taking it. Well done, well done. Well, Natty going to be up next. Got himself full shroud, Ebonite, everything available. You can no longer stun him. Going to be a deep breath with a bunch of eruptions as the dragon just goes on through. Big upheaval, but Rest in Hell does metamorphosis past it. Big time warp. Hold on a second. Natty trying to see if he can bunker down, but needs to do damage to Rest in Hell. One more eruption is all he needs. Flying up in the air with them lances. Lance almost takes out Natty. Natty catching up with as much health as they can. But that healing of Evoker is so limited. Ebonite is back up and available. Rest in Hell. Next stun could be the takedown that he's looking for. Got him some big stun, big damage. This is going to be Glaives getting thrown in a bunch. Eruptions. Natty needs a couple more of those. He needs to find a way to get away from the age. But I think he's just on the chase with them Glaives. Upheaval. Doesn't have warning past it. Rush past it. Where the cheat down for Natty. Eruptions are doing the damage. One more eruption is all he needs. But no. Rest in Hell somehow squeezes out a victory there. With Foxy going to be up next. You just try to see if you can avoid Foxy CC. Keeping him a Sigil of Fear. Does get hit with a leg sweep. I think it just might be lights. Yeah, Rest in Hell. If you don't have any mobility, man, it's over. He needs mobility or CC. Does stun Foxy. Oh, whatever healing you can get is better. You just gotta move. Gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run. Gotta run. I don't know what else you can really do. Foxy, wait a second. Foxy's kind of low in health, though. As long as he doesn't karma. Foxy's super low. He wants to karma. Rest in Hell just needs to live. In prison, don't mess with that karma. Does back up out of there for a second. Does get a Celestial Conduit. Stone onto Foxy for a second. With a Hunt to follow. You need whatever damage touch it down. No! Oh, man. Looks like Extension wants to give Foxy a proper chance here. Why are these duels so clutch, man? Oh my god. These are so close. How many did you get? Reston Hell got a couple of these guys. I don't know how many he's gotten there. That was nuts. Foxy's up next though. Not in a great spot. Got himself a couple of Vivifys. Like Extension trying to get himself an angle on him. For Foxy though, he doesn't have a lot of defenses. 30 seconds on a Karma. He also needs to really wait out for that big Condi, because that Condi will pressure Extension into an incap. That is a quick move. That is great. Trying to see if he can potentially make some damage happen. No Condi, but he's got images. See if he can somehow reconnect with Extension, get some damage out, even with Fist of Fury with the images. That'd be great. He got himself a bit of damage. Ultra is available for Extension, but it is going to be reduced by dampening. Those Fist of Furies are still flying from images, which is huge. Does get silenced. Hold on a second. Karma is available very, very soon. Just gotta live. Diffuse magic. Does himself forward brew. Extension with the big combustion. You gotta diffuse. You gotta use something. You gotta use defensives. You gotta use them. That is a win. That is an opportunity to go for some big damage. Karma with a Condi. That is a lot of damage onto Extension. Does try to see if he can live it. Cauterize with a block. Foxy just needs one good hit. Interrupted. Wait a second. No. Oh, man. Extension seeing him cast you just like, you know what, I'm a better get out of there. I'm gonna get a quick interrupt. I'm just gonna take him down real fast. That is Fire Mage for you, man. That is Fire Mage for you. The amount of damage they could do is just out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. It is wild. Alrighty. Well, at this point, like, what can we do? 41% dampening. Extension got himself no more blocks. No more cauterize, nothing. For Elo, technically not a worse matchup, but Fire Mages we've seen do pretty good against Demon Hunters, in fact. I think generally, like, if it's a Frost, maybe at least not a Frost Mage, it could be much, much worse. Yeah, Frost Mages would do a number on DHs. That is going to be a Hunt, able to connect, Ivan to follow. It's Central Misery for a second. Extension technically can undead racial. It did not even need to. Lances are going to be flying up, but Extension, does he just want to fight Elo? Those through lances hurt a lot. He just needs a little bit of damage, and Ella's not in a great spot. This is just going to be procs. Doesn't matter past it, but it doesn't matter. Scorching him down, doesn't have taken it. Well done, well done. Does get the kill. Extension picking up 2. I don't know how many Demon Hunter picked up. I'm pretty sure he picked up 3. I'm going to need to go back and look, but since he left, we can't see how many kills he's gotten. I think it was 3 though. Well done by everybody, man. That was a quick game, but it was so intense too. Quick, yet intense. Need one more? Alrighty. Let me help you boys out with that one. Alrighty, boys, we got one more spot over for the team, Jay. I can spell duels, I promise you. Hold on a second, the boy's back. Jaina also wants to join in. Jaina, I want to get you in, but Rick did say, like, yo, you got a spot? I'm gonna get Rick. I appreciate you for playing Jaina, but if we get an extra spot, I can get you in. Or if we get the other team needs a spot, we can also get you in for them as well. Johnny boy, let me know when you're ready, or if you need a spot, or if you need a body. Okay, no, they're ready. Good. We'll send you guys into a, I guess Blade's Edge at this point, right? I think we've done like all the arenas. I just throwing the shoulders onto normal Demon Hunter Mog. I love it so much. Bro, I need those shoulders so bad. I've been farming them. Oh, you see I got Urzul? I got my Urzul finally. Full tank lobby, break the mold. Bro, that would be crazy. A full tank lobby would be something. I wouldn't be against it necessarily. Actually, would not be against it. I don't want to farm Urzul. Remix will help me with that. Bro, it's so easy when you get the skip. It does take a while though. I haven't got the Scythe or Agamar's weapon. I'll probably get those to a remix. But yeah, I just want Xavier's shoulders and then get whatever the amounts. Only doing Legion stuff for things I'd want. Yeah, with remix coming out. Yeah, if you want to like use this collector's bounty to farm everything that is in Legion, I think it's perfectly acceptable because you'll be able to get all this stuff during Legion Remix anyway. If it's anything like a mop remix, which I would be surprised if they didn't do it just like mop remix, like it's gonna be a fun time and you'll be able to get all those things. Need the modern weapons as well when I get 10% Legion collection. Yeah, that's a good one. Which? Got ourselves essentially gonna be first up or for the wait, Rick is playing adaptation? Okay, that is odd. Rick playing adaptation trinket. Our pally immediately opening up with big bursts onto extension. Does not want to give him much of a chance to recover here whatsoever. Quick breath immediately connects with the ring of frost to follow. Our pally locked down for just a second. Frostfire bolt sent out by extension. Our pally just trying to see if he can maybe get some damage out. Laying hands. Extension still holding on to the cauterize. Just continue to blast out frostfire bolts. Hard casting them. Pyros, bubble. Does get himself a massive shield. He's gonna need to use Invis here. He definitely needs to use Invis to try to see if he can escape. Block has said no. Immunity trades for immunity. Both are so low. Our pal is looking for recovery. Does get himself a quick interrupt. Oh, not holy. Does avoid getting hit with a stun and a number of pally spells. Meteor, Comma Storm. That is a lot of damage, but just not enough to kill him just yet. Blind, stun, has a trinket, shields. I actually think that shield reflect killed Pala. This has got giga shields, and you hit the shield and it reflects damage back to you on a portion. 40% of the damage reflects back to you and you just die. It is so rough. Illidan's usable as Havoc, by the way. Wait, what? What do you mean Illidan's usable as Havoc? What are you talking about? You know, were we going to be able to farm the artifact skins, etc. in Remix? I have no idea. We'll find out once we get access to like Remix BTR, man. Hopefully soon, right? Hopefully soon. Big damage out from Leo as you just try to see if he can range down extension. Does get himself a reset. No more block, however. No more cauterize. Just getting absolutely pummeled by a ton of bursts here. With Sin Bolts immediately getting gripped up. Try to go for a bit of a board setup. I was able to set up a board actually. Mortal Coil does connect. But it just doesn't have the angle for a Chaos Bolt. I like how they yoinked him in and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna set up a port then. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Is that Rig's Gateway or is that Symbol's Gateway? That might be Rig's Gateway there. But Symbol's is in a great spot right now. He's got himself a good positional versus Leo. Leo trying to be extra careful while his cooldowns are down. Technically has access to Apocalypse. I don't know if he can do Dark Transformation or Abomination. Illidan's usable as Havoc. Grasp. Oh, Illidan's Grasp. Yeah, when you pick up a guy and you toss him. Yes, it is usable as Havoc Demon Hunter. Yeah, that's something I think they did for this season. 11.1 I think is when they added that. Could be wrong. It's either 11.15 or 11.1. I think it's 11.1 is when they made this a thing. It's kind of a cool talent. I think it's good for demon hunters and like maybe RBGs where you could like toss them, pick somebody up and toss them away. That can be pretty good. Or pick somebody up from like middle without finding a flag, toss them into your team, toss healers out of positions, things like that. Tank get a replacement talent? No, tanks also still have it. They didn't get like a new talent. They just, you know, they just gave that one to Havoc also. So now both types of demon hunters have it. Gonna be a kick, but not connecting though. That is a juke actually. Dome down with AMS for Leo. But he's gonna get feared out of that dome. Unfortunately, Yoinkin spin bolts down with a wall, dark pact, everything is available. He's bunkering down. If he's got any big damage available right now, this would be a great time for you to spam bolts. I think he's trying to see if he can position to go for a port. Leo, I don't know if he can grip him back in, but Symbol's where he is at right now. He's in a great spot. Does get himself a full summon Syad with potentially lots of bursts available as he got himself that Malevolence buff, which sadly isn't getting tracked by Blizz UI. Does go for the big gateway, but a yoink back in. Sinbolts actually might be in a bit of a tough spot. He can't really do much. Does send a bolt as it's going to be a second to see onto Leo. Is at least able to port back up to the top of the bridge. If Leo can yoink him back down from above again while the gateway or port isn't cooldown, he'll be in a great spot. But it looks like you just kind of have to wait it out just a little bit here. Mortal Coil immediately connects. Bolt also connects. That is a lot of damage actually. That one bolt turns it around a little bit. For Leo, at the very least, he's got a target to Death Strike off of, as this is going to be a freshly suckable summoned up by Sin, or at least attempted to summon a new one. Yoink in with a blind to follow. Does Leo have much burst? I don't know if he has a proper Apocalypse. It looks like he does, but I don't think he actually does. I don't think it tracks it properly. It is going to be a port really early. Symbols does not have much mobility to work with. He has a gateway setup, but I don't think that's really going to help him here. Unless he can get a juke cast, I think it's just going to be Leo's win here. And does end up taking it. Yeah, at that point, like once you auto mobility, there's only so much you can do. Rick is gonna be up next. I don't know what Rick is doing with the adaptation trinket, but he does have adaptation. I don't know if that's gonna help him much here. I don't even know if Leo has any CC that is actually gonna proc from adaptation. Doesn't need to be like 5 seconds in duration. Pretty sure most CC from Leo is like 4 seconds most, right? Even like the blind, pretty sure. Maybe. Rick making sure to get himself a high ground position as long as he is actually, you know what, this arena you would think would be bad for Rick because all his pets gotta go up the ramp, down the ramp, up the ramp, down the ramp. But like some of the positions he could do with the pets and way he could summon them, it could definitely make things a bit of a living hell for Leo too. Definitely can make things a bit of a living hell. And Rick tried to be extra careful and extra quick using this rider to summon up more demons and just redirect him back towards Leo. That's actually a really good move. A very good move. But Rick in the position where he's at right now, he's just in a bit of a weird spot because he can't quite reach Leo. He can get some pot shots here and there. You put some dooms out, or potentially spawn more doom guards. Does go in for a bit of another ward with a port right after. I'm trying to see. Look, stun does not even break the adaptation. A full stun blind doesn't break adaptation. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, he is running adaptation, but I don't think any of Leo's CCs can actually be broken by it. Or none of that adaptation cannot break any of DK's CC. It's just so short-lived. But it's like, basically Leo has full control over Rick, and like adaptation does nothing essentially. Which I kind of dislike. Maybe silence, maybe it'll help there. I don't think he's even running silence though. That Doom Guard is getting a lot of value, man. Those shadow bolts are doing a lot. That is a full Tyrant. All those pets empowered. All those pets are gonna last a little longer. The Dreadstalkers keep charging out at Leo. He's still trying to pick up whatever death strikes he can off of those pets and try to slow him down, but they still got the angles, man. The Doom Guard still chasing after him profusely. Leo is eventually gonna go down, I think. It's just a matter of time. Once the pets catch up, I don't really know what he'll be able to do at that point. Even the imps are trying to see if he can find an angle on him, even though they themselves don't really do that much damage. For Rick though, so far, I think he just, if he keeps playing this, the higher dampening this goes, the harder it's going to be for Leo to outrun all those pets, right? So for Leo, at some point, he just got to make a play. Make a break for it, stun onto Rick. He knows he's going to port at some point, got himself another ward, so he can't get disrupted, but he can get blinded. So as long as you can limit the amount of pets he can get, that's good. Call Dreadstalkers are in. ASUS to follow. Got himself a bit of damage. Yeah. A Dark Soul that just adds more damage towards his procs of Demon Bolts. Just does so much damage on its own. And once you get the new tier set, it's going to be wild how good that thing is. Tyrant in play. That's going to be a karma reversal back into Rick. Rick might be in a bit of trouble right now. That is a full leg tip. Everything is going to be Slash Shakandi. Unless you got mobility, he does get himself wall to get over the gate. Foxy trying to see if he catches up to him. I don't know if he got another port or anything. Foxy in the other hand technically can also outrun these pets. He just doesn't have the same slow potential as Leo, which is going to make it a little bit tougher for him, I think. Shadow Fear from a distance. Wait, Foxy might just die. Fear to follow. He's just going to be surrounded by the pets. Yeah, just surrounded. ASUS, Mortal Call to follow. Doom Guard from a distance, just firing away. Foxy does burn a forward brew just to give himself whatever health he can. But I think just by the time he reaches the guy, it's over. It is over. Literally Doom procking on him. With Natalie gonna be up next, trying to, or Natty. Natalie Yad. Natty's a better name. Oh, Natalie, but this is more Natty. Natalie Yad. Or Natty Liad? Like natural Liad? Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't even know. Trying to get eruption, dude. Just needs one more good eruption. One more solid eruption. Got him some wall. Cannot get interrupted. Cannot get CC. This could be an opportunity. Interrupting with an eruption. But Rick is able to get behind the pillar. These eruptions take so long to cast. He got himself up a mic. Potentially could go for another upheaval onto Rick if he can ever catch him. Mortal Call does connect. Trinkets out of it. Fire Breath. Trying to go for a kick potentially, but he just, or not a kick. No, Rick, it was something else. Wasn't a kick, I don't think. I don't think it was. And he's trying to see if he catch up to the Warlock. That is a full Tyrant with a lockdown, with the axe toss. I think it just might be lights here. Natty with a cheat down, but Rick takes it either way. And Eloise, the last one left over for the team too. Charging now, trying to see if he can get himself an angle versus Rick, but an axe toss immediately hits him with a fear right after. Just spamming those fears. Ella with the trinket. This is the opportunity to potentially take down Rick, but he does go for the port. Got yourself a bit of mobility. Just a little bit of mobility. I don't know if Rick got himself a gateway or not. He does go for Netherward. Does Netherward reflect the hunt? I don't think it does. Wait, now he goes for the hunt. Mortal coil. It does connect. It does connect. It does connect. You see the green around his body? It does connect. I was thinking it didn't connect. Fear to follow. Yo, Ella is just getting CC'd to oblivion. Literally CC'd into an oblivion. You gotta fly up in the air. That's a good lance. Good lance angle. Good lance angle. Maybe it'll be enough. But that Doom Guard. Oh. Doom Guard bolts are better than lances on Rick. Comes back in here. Was gone all evening, but came back for a quick sweep. Or 3. With adaptation too, which never procs. It basically didn't run with a trinket. That is crazy. That is some work. That is crazy work. Jay's invited me. Alrighty, we'll need like one more, right? Here we go. Are we doing more or are we done chat actually? Because it is about that time, more or less. I might just call it actually in a bit. Let me think about it because I am getting hungry. I haven't really eaten anything. Need one more? Okay, so we're also looking for one more for Johnny. So that'll be perfect. So Johnny is looking for one. We're also looking for one. Let's set up, my guy. One last. Hey man, didn't expect I was gonna die there. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I honestly, what is that adaptation? I'm hungry as well. Yeah, same. More? Yo, Sid, definitely want to do more, man, but I do have to watch out for my health here, even a little, man. I have not been sleeping well or eating well, so I need to change that up a little. This could be the opportunity for me to try to watch for myself. Plus tonight I can finally maybe finish Stellar Blade. I'm on the last chapter. It's like a point of no return, and I was like, all right, it's probably just gonna send me to like, you know, the final boss or whatever it is, and then it sent me to another zone, and there's a whole new enemy archetype in that zone, and the environment is also pretty expansive. Well, actually, at first I was like, all right, there's the end of the campaign, but then it's like, oh wait, hold on, there's an extra side objective, so I'll go to a whole nother area, and that whole area lasts such a long time, but it's so fun just to explore. And I gotta destroy like 6 turrets, but like the entire zone is really fun to explore through. And then do a little bit of this like sliding roller coaster thing. That's also fun. The music in that game is fantastic. And then it's like, all right, now you're going to the final area. But wait, it got a whole new enemy armor type. Literally completely different enemies you've never seen before in the game whatsoever. Whole new type of them. Not just like a couple of enemies, but a whole new type. And a whole new environment with a lot to explore, plenty to explore. I was like, dude, how long is this gonna be? So I actually looked it up, like what is that final point of no return? It's between 3 to 4 hours. And I was like, dude, it's like, I gotta go to bed. I just really started really sinking my teeth into it. And this thing is gonna take a while. Probably find Jedi Survivor had a little fun with the amount of new enemy types, zone sets. I played the first one. Jedi, what is it? I forget what's it called now. Colby also wants to join in. Colby and LOG. We could take Colby and could take Fire Talks. Or Colby, just Colby. Colby did send up first, didn't he? Yeah. I have to go to Colby. Alright, since we got 2 teams, let's get one more going and then I'll call it there. How did that sound, boys? We'll get one more going and then I'll call it. Since we got full teams. Let's send it back to the Grand. Because the Grand is a classic. I don't know about Jedi Survivor though. I heard mixed reviews when the game initially came out. It was super buggy. It'll probably be fun. I just think the first one really hit the spot. I don't really know if I'll play the second one unless it's like it's a deep discount. I'll play the game for like $5. I'd buy it for $5, but I wouldn't pay like retail price on it. Fallen Order is slowless since Cal is younger, but Survivor is somewhat of a master and the gameplay reflects it. Harder boss fights, still in the game mode where every enemy is a mini boss essentially. That sounds like fun, but I just didn't really hear a lot of good about it, so I probably would pick it up for like... Team Summer Sale is happening, right? So if it's like $5, I'd grab it, but I wouldn't pay more than that, honestly. First one was good. I really enjoyed the first one. I even got it on a PlayStation just so I could chill on the couch and play it. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. Second one I heard mixed results on, so I don't really know if I'd play it. Honestly. Another game that I was actually thinking of giving a try is Battlefront 2, because apparently people started playing it again, and then all of a sudden people like gave up on it immediately. So it's one of those games that had to get another resurgence and then died again within a month. I don't know what happened. Another game I actually wanted to play is Dune, but I kind of missed the boat on that. All my guildies already playing it. They already got a group, all that. So I was just like, you know what? I feel like I kind of missed the boat. Because we played a lot of Conan together. That was a shitload of fun. But yeah, I kind of got busy with PTR and all those things. And I was like, all right, we'll just focus on that. Here we go. Which? Battlefront 2 was my baby? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Nobody's even talking about like, hey, what about Battlefront 3? At some point, people used to talk about it, but I think even people gave up on that too. Cannon immediately bubbles? Instant bubble out of the... Whoa, look at this, man. Look at Fabulous. Look at this guy. What is this? Hold on. Is he wearing loafers or is that just feet? I can't even tell. That slow animation around his feet, I can't even tell, dude. It looks like he was wearing loafers, man. Straight up loafers. It is going to be Jay landing a full poly on the guy. Full arcade surge. If he doesn't go behind the pillar, he's just going to get pummeled by that Phoenix. Phoenix does a significant bit of damage. Look at that burst, no bubble. Does himself immunity. Can him try to see if he can keep that pressure rolling onto Jay. Is it going to be an out though? Still slamming him with hammers. Doesn't have any more survivability. For Jay, that's going to be a huge barrage combo. You're going to spam barrages back to back right now, actually. Definitely should be doing that. Doesn't have a blink, needs barrages. Those barrages are giga strong, so you should be spamming them as much as possible. It is going to be lay on hands. So Kenem burned through every immunity, and now Jay is popping into a block. Kenem does not have a bubble, spell warden, or lay, so he's used everything here. Wait. Oh yeah, there are loafers, kind of, sort of. Kind of, well, actually no, they're like a Shadowlands-y boots, but I could totally see somebody look at it and be like, you know, it looks like he's kind of wearing loafers. You know what I mean? Like penny loafers? Sort of, kinda. If you don't think too hard about it. Poly out for Jay with a bit of that shifting power. He does have touch of the magic, so you could do some damage with that specifically, actually. Unless he's gonna wait until he's everything. Because he could wait until literally he has everything. No, touch of the magic is getting used up. Big damage on the Kenem. Is it gonna be enough though? Barrages to follow. Got some big meteors. Blind for a second. Trinkets out of it. Kenem, does he have enough damage here? Jay just needs enough. It does have a barrage. Taking him out. He does have big curl downs available as well. But Aloe, I don't think he's even going to let him escape with any health, though. He does still have a Dawn Lord on him, unfortunately. So with this big cleave, Aloe. Breath connects? Poly? Nova? I don't know what he could do, honestly, in this situation. Hunt? Yeah, it's over. It is over. Glaze throw it in. Glaze throw it in. It's going to be a Poly. But you're still melting, though, unfortunately. Wait. 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 He's still alive. He's still living. Ellie just needs an angle. Hey, if that glaive just took you out, that would be the funniest thing ever. Oh, he got shields. He's got health. He's got a Warlock Hellstone. Hold on a second. He's not out of the woods just yet. You could go for a breath into a poly. Breath poly. Breath poly. Breath poly. Yeah. Now if you got any burst, now you have to do it. You just have to send it. Get another poly. Are you just going to go for burst? Nova, if you are going to go for burst ever, you just have to do it. You just have to do it. To missiles, whatever damage he's got, actually, I think you just play against the darkness. I think you have to play against the darkness. So you're getting very lucky. You're getting quite a lot of damage through the darkness, avoiding the I-beam, trying to see if you can back away. Big reversal. Phoenix still doing work. Hold on a second. Hello up in the air, but is it going to be enough? They're trying to see if you can barrage him down, but does get taken out. Holy. There it is. Jay does give himself a lot of that recovery. With our palette going to be up next, probably there just to end his day right now, right? No escape, big wake of ashes, it is over. Is a barrel next? He just dancing, dude. He just dancing. Wait, this orc dance is kind of perfect with the song. Especially when he does the whole like this, yeah. That is so perfect looking. Cobra is going to be up next over for the team one, giving our palette a chance to catch a bit of a breather. Let him catch up a bit of a reset. Is he just gonna walk in, run for an auto duel? Yeah, he ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Kobe's just gonna send out some portals immediately. Some rivals last night, to 7 a.m. with some NA friends. Phoenix Jean Grey was way too balanced. I haven't played the whole season with Jean Grey at all. Unfortunately, I have not played it whatsoever, man. Unfortunately, Marvel Rivals was very, very fun, but I don't think I even played much of season 1. At some point, I think I'll give it a go again, but yeah, I've been way too busy with WoW. But that does sound like fun. Back-to-back balls by Cobra. Got himself an Overlord, but Orphean. Why does Orphean not attack? Bubble out for our palette really early. Maybe you saw the Orphan and the Pit Lord was like, you know what? Maybe I should just press something. Just came out yesterday? Okay. I was thinking, I might have confused Jean Grey with somebody else then. What was I thinking of? Season Storm. I confused Jean Grey and Season Storm for some reason. Never mind. That's why I was like, I haven't played since Jean Grey came out, but I was like, I meant Season Storm. The Invisible Woman. Yeah, I haven't played them at all. I've been missing out. Emma Frost? No. Emma Frost was... No, I just confused. I thought like Jean Grey, telepathy, and for some reason I've confused telepathy with like invisibility, force fields, you know, all that. Because they're kind of sort of similar in a way, right? Sort of, kind of, loosely, or whatever. Sort of, kind of. That's ages? It is ages. It is ages. This is going to be a rare pallet. Try to see if you can charge out full stun onto Cobra. But our pallet get hit with a CC. I don't really know what you can do in this situation as a paladin. I think it just might be light, so at least you got to lay in hands. Yeah, it's just over. Cobra porting out, just got him caught between a succubus and a Shivara. A succubus and a Chaos Mommy. This is going to be Cobra. Try to see if he can tank up some damage. He's probably going to have to go for a wall. Full wall. If you can just blast a bunch of bullets at Foxy, I think you just might have to literally stand toe-to-toe with him. Does send a Mortal Coil. Catching that Havoc, cleave onto Zuin as well with the Fear right after. Fear to follow, but it's going to be Foxy trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in. Cobra does need to get a port out. Does get a port. I was surprised when he popped wall, he didn't just dump a bunch of bolts into the guy. But I don't think he had bolts available though. Pit Lord, apparently he's getting some damage behind the pillar. I'm surprised he's even got any damage at all. Look, he was getting line-of-sighted. Cobra though, not in an amazing spot. As he got a trinket. Foxy can catch up to him. Slice of Wind just to hit him real quickly with that Blunderstone type of skill. Does get the Overlord, but able to take him out either way, unfortunately. Is it going to be Rick? It is going to be Rick, yeah. I like he's got his Torch of Pyrath out. Foxy and Leo are the only ones left over for the team too. And Foxy at least is given the opportunity to catch up and get a little bit of healing. What is Leo's Ghoul doing out here, man? What is happening out here? What is going on? What tabard is that, actually? Is that Mechagon? I think that is the Rust Bolt Resistance, right? Pretty sure. Only reason I know about Rust Bolt Resistance is because we only recently did the Mega Dungeon, Mechagon Upper, or Workshop, and they talk about the Rust Bolt Resistance, so it just catches in your head. Alrighty, Leo! You got 3 to get through. You got Rick, Barrel, and Extinction. Can you do it? Or is Rick going to dominate here? Try to go for a Fear. Fearing the Riders, but was not able to connect with Leo. I think Leo had a pre-AMS there. Or maybe just Lichborn out of it. One of those two. One of those two. Full stun onto Rick. He does get himself a port. Holding onto a wall. Took a little bit of this raw damage. And as long as he can get him next to those pets, he's going to take a huge hit. Actually taking some solid hits from those cleaves by Trollbane. The Frosted Cleaves. Wall out for Rick. He's got to get a couple more pets in. It won't have a tyrant for a few seconds, but at least he can set up a lot of resources versus Leo. Leo with an AMS, trying to see if he can waddle towards Rick. That was another word for a second to stop in your grips. Trying to go for a kick. Does not get to go for a proper kick. Fear to follow. It is very, very short. Gloomhound, Dreadstalkers, Tyrant, Leo. If you got any survivability right now, you're just in a rough spot. Death Pact may need to be used here. Does use Death Pact last second. Gripping him back in. Oh. That is so rough, dude. Well, against a Warlock, I don't know if there's a victory there. I don't know if there's a way to find victory. Well done, boys. Well done. Hell yeah. How many rounds left? I want to do some 2 more friends. Can do much more in those. Oh, we're done. We're done, Leo. If you want to pop off for the night, you're more than welcome to. We'll call it there, boys. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of these. Duels. These were a blast, but I gotta get some food. I gotta get some work done, all that. But I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go get some water because I feel dehydrated as hell. I'm gonna go and get some to eat. Maybe watch someone on the couch. I've been doing that a lot more. Just chilling on the couch after like I wake up, I get work done, I stream, and then I just chill on the couch. Can't really do that on like Tuesday, Wednesday as much. But I think it's been really, really healthy just to like take a breather. Hey, see the games now? Appreciate you, boys. Get on, thanks. Hey, you guys are welcome to join for more games next week, man. We got more next week, so if you didn't get to play tonight and want to play, we still got next week and all that good stuff, yeah? Thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, good appetit. Yeah, thanks so much, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Been fun? Definitely. This is definitely my favorite streams. Are the duel streams. Hanging out with the boys. Oh! Oh, the shoulders. You got it? Yeah, I see you got them. Oh my god. Hell yeah. You're right, that does look good actually. I like the shoulders, dude. I like the Xavier's. I need to get myself Xavier's shoulders. I need them, dude. I need them. They didn't increase their drop rates. They just give you double the loot from the bosses. So maybe I'll get a chance for the shoulders. I might just end up running a bunch of ults tonight just for shoulders. And then do my mount runs after. I might just do that today. Just run for shoulders as much as I can. I got a billion ults that could do it. And some even have like the port straight to a Dark Heart Thicket. So it's like right next to the raid entrance anyway. Plus I can try on Mythic and Heroic. It just takes a lot of RP and wait time and all that. It's just kind of lame to wait through, but either way. But yo, boys, thank you all so much for coming by. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you all so much for watching. Just like in every character, press Dark Heart Thicket Dungeon doesn't matter at that point. I was just gonna spam them tonight. I was just gonna spam through them back to back. I wasn't gonna play I wasn't just gonna do it once a day. I was just gonna spam them. Get them out of the way. Kind of like how I did for like Ulduar when I got the Mirror set. I had like 10 characters set up for that. I also set up a bunch of characters for Gmod. I'm finally got Gmod. So I only need the Rivendare mount. I need the Throne of the Four Winds mounts in the dungeon in the same area. I need the Stone Core, I think it is, the Underground Maelstrom dungeon mount. I need the bird, the ground bird from Ragnaros raid. I need the Blazing Drake from Kata. I need the Black Hand, big old, don't remember what's it called, but you know that thing, right? Big old like it's not a rhino. It's like a, I don't even know what that is actually. It's like a cow. It's like a big ass cow, a bull, I guess in a way. Doing Violent Skip. I don't need the final boss. I just need the Alice Resort. So I've been just walking around, killing Alice Resort, running into lava, and then running out, switching the difficulty, so I can get 2 chances. Clap hoof, yeah, it is a clap hoof. You're right, you're right. And then I only hit missing like 3 from. No, I'm also missing Raptor from King's Rest, and then I'm missing some Shadowlands mounts too, which I still need, which I should do, but yeah, I really want to get the shoulders though. Like it would be so good to get those. Oh yeah, I guess I also need the Gul'dan mounts too. I cannot wait until you get the Gul'dan skip, but I'm pretty sure that by the time I get a Gul'dan skip though, unfortunately, the event will be gone because I only have 2 charged for Gul'dan skip. Unless I have someone more rogue, which I'm gonna try. SL had better rare mounts at dungeon raids. Charlotte has better rare. Yeah, they definitely did have a lot of world rare mounts. Yeah. I definitely like a lot of the open world stuff than dungeon raids. Yeah, dungeon raids were okay. I just surprised I never gotten them, even though I did those dungeons so often back then too, right? Necrotic Wake, we kept running it over and over and over and over and over and just never gotten it. Also the horse, I feel like I would eventually get it, but no. Just unfortunate. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching. I catch you guys all Tuesday, I think, yeah? Hopefully we'll be getting UPTR update. I don't think we'll have any raid testing, but hopefully I'm actually here Tuesday. Last Tuesday I just wasn't really able to do that. But yeah, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll do the mount. I probably should do the shoulders tonight. I really should. I feel like I should finish Solo Blade. So then I have like, okay, that's done. I can just chill. You know what I mean? Alrighty, you guys have a good one. Peace.